this thing back out. We're looking like we're live, but we're waiting to build this thing back in. We may have to go into a different stream. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what it's looking like. It's looking. So if people are still in the chat over there, and are we still skipping? Are we straight? If people are still in the chat over there, I'm gonna go ahead and put this new link, Voch. Ooh, turn me down here. Shit, I might not have to do nothing. Everybody back up in here. I'm gonna still do it. I mean, we starting to get back up in here. Yeah, we rolling. Voch, you good? It looked like it is for you. I'm in my new link. Let me go to yours. Yeah, you got a new link. You got 281 up in there. So they came back. They're coming back, I should say. We'll deal with the particulars after. You know, we'll deal with the thumbnail and all that. I ain't worried about that. Yeah, we back. Fair enough. Fair enough, good sir. Let's go ahead and do that then. In the meantime, in between time, looks like you said Olu. Olu went to the Jets, and JJ McCarthy went to the Minnesota Vikings. So nothing too crazy. Again, feels kind of chalk still. Not at all, man. I do have Voch muted. My bad. Here we go. I had you muted. I didn't want you to say nothing too crazy in the back.
No, it's all good. We were just saying that nothing's off brand here. We knew that Olu was going to be a guy that went early here, and the biggest surprise was Penix. Penix going early there. So that's all that is. So
you got the thumbnail set up?
No. I'm trying to cut monetization on and all that other kind of stuff. So we work.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I bet you we can't forget that. Hey, we gotta cut it up. But it's all good though.
That's why I was chilling with the volume. I was trying to get all this set up. But I think we set up, man. So man, I appreciate y'all. I know I understand, you know, getting in and out like that is not ideal. But we back. We're still gonna give y'all that same fire content. And my goodness, y'all really came back, bro. Appreciate y'all.
Hey, appreciate y'all. Give us 2 seconds to recalibrate, and we'll be right back on track, man.
Yeah, we got Foots. He went ahead, took a quick little break. Went to the bathroom. We're on pick 12. Denver is on the clock. Olu just went ahead of Denver to the Jets, and that makes sense. You talked about that when we were talking about the Jets. We're like, you know what? We can get our offensive lineman we want. Fuaga's still there. Olu's still there. And it's funny because your boy, I want you to kind of talk about him. I've heard comps to Tyron Smith in regards to how Olu blocks, Voch, but you can kind of run that down if you got time.
Olu is closer to Tyron Smith once he was, developed and black belt Tyron Smith. Tyron Smith coming out of USC was a heavy run blocker, but Tyron Smith developed into this black belt pass blocking guy, and that's what Olu is. So we talked about, the Mario Kart guys earlier, right? Olu is developmental run game guy, but he is ready to pass. He is ready to pass set right now, ready to use his hands, ready to hand fight, ready to flash hands, fake. I had a conversation with, just talk to Duke Manyweather. Talk to Duke Manyweather personally, man, and he was saying that Olu, as a young offensive lineman, is far more advanced than many offensive linemen his age at this point in their career. So what's good about this, Will, that makes sense is all these offensive linemen at this point are good at something. Olu is the passing guy, and Olu gets to go to the team with Aaron Rodgers that's probably going to throw the football a whole bunch. So I think this is a fantastic pick for the Jets, and the Jets pick up a fourth and a fifth round pick also.
Fourth and fifth,
hey man, good go for them. Foots, what did you think about Olu Fashanu from Penn State? And we are back live and don't get canceled.
I don't want to get canceled. Number one, Olu has to me the highest upside at tackle in this draft. As far as athleticism and athletic ceiling. People obviously are going to latch on to the Ohio State game, which he didn't play well. Mm-hmm. But I think that there's enough good film for you to say, we can look at that and say maybe that was just a one-off. I heard you speaking on Voch. What do you think about his feet, Voch? Because that was one thing that I loved, and I just saw. I saw a guy who was light.
He has some of the best. And look, there's moving forward, backwards, laterally, and all that, but just backwards moving feet, no wasted movement, very light feet, picks his feet up and down easily. And sometimes he doesn't even use his feet if he doesn't have to, because he has so much length and he used that confidently. So I think Olu is a high upside passing game guy. But as a rundown blocker, there's some development that needs to be done there, but he's much farther now than he was in as a 2022 run blocker.
Hey, let me say something real quick, man. Shots out to the fans out there watching this thing right now.
We love y'all, man.
2,100 back in here in less than 5 minutes. Are you
lying to me, Scott? I couldn't even use the restroom. I said we got a little time to
Are you
mosey.
kidding me, man? Fire emojis in the chat for y'all, okay? Fire emojis in the chat for y'all. We're going to keep trying to give y'all this fire content as well. But appreciate y'all for jumping back in here. We had a slight little hiccup. If there is another hiccup, I'll tell you this right now. We're coming right back. Like this ain't stopping. They're not stopping us no matter what happens. Somebody said, hey, Sky with all that sauce, the server couldn't handle it. It is what it is. If they can't handle me, then you know what happens? You go to one of these networks and say, man, look at this here.
Put it back behind
us. Go put the rocket on these dudes so we can give them the fires. So that's all I'm saying. If it acts up again, we'll be back. But we appreciate y'all for not tuning out and coming right back up in here. 2,100 of y'all jumped back in. Crazy, man.
I promise you not getting this rawness nowhere else. Not like this. Not the debates and,
Pick us in for Broncos, baby.
Quarterback here, fellas.
How can it not be?
It better not be.
Did you see that quarterback room?
Voch says it better not be, and Sky says, but that's what I like. I want y'all fighting a little bit.
How can it not be? I mean, it probably ain't because the quarterbacks ain't worth it.
Bo Nix ain't good, right?
But do you just go in second round and see Bo Nix fall to you there?
But see, Voch, we can't say that. We can't just say he's not good. But Bo teams gotta. He's not. You can say
this is my thing though, right? And I always say this: Kenny Pickett was a what 22 overall pick. Well, I want to know what players were on the board. Like I knew Kenny Pickett wasn't the guy that's going to change the culture like that. You may have possibly missed out on a character that's really going to change the fortune of your organization just because you need quarterback. I'm not just taking quarterback just because we need quarterback, especially if that man. Look, this is the 12th overall pick, man. If Bo Nix ain't what you think he is, and you miss out on Fuaga or the best defender, you deserve it.
12th overall pick, the Denver Broncos select quarterback Bo Nix.
Hey, I tell you what though, Cowboy fans love this. You hear what I said though?
Hear what I said?
Cowboy fans love this.
They took him, Voch.
Hey, can you hey, toss me the alley-oop.
Hey,
this will be one of me.
Because we on opposite y'all on opposite sides here with Bo Nix, man. So give him the rundown, Foots.
So
that boy look like Ivan Drago, man. If he dies, he dies. Boy,
hold on, Voch. We not on opposite sides because I don't think that he not good, Sky. I just think that
you're wrong.
The Denver couldn't not take a quarterback. Like you can't sell to that.
But that's what I was saying at the top of this. Like, how can you not get a quarterback unless you believe the quarterbacks that are left just aren't good enough? So
you're gonna sell to that fan base, Jarrett Stidham, Voch?
Their whole room is awful, bro.
Yeah,
Ben
you
DiNucci,
can't do that.
The only thing he could sell was them upside down hats, bro.
He did a good job selling those.
Man, look, Jarrett Stidham got good college tape that looked like this Bo Nix tape. You know what I'm saying? Playing at Baylor, playing at Auburn and all that. He got some good college tape. You know what I'm saying? What's his name? They all got good college tape. But when you get in the league, Bo Nix with this erratic play, with this improvising that he thinks is gonna happen on the next level, with all this not getting to the first read, if the first read ain't there, I gotta run around. That's Jalen Hurts, bro. That's worse Jalen Hurts, bro.
But Voch, the sell is Sean Payton.
Tua gonna take his job, Foots. Tua gonna take his job, Foots. He gonna make CeeDee Lamb film look bad, Foots.
I think that the sell is Sean Payton, and whatever you may think about, whatever that's it right there, Sky. Whatever you think about Bo, there's gonna be somebody who says now Sean has his guy, and that's the argument. I'm actually not arguing with you. I'm arguing the quarterback tax. And you draft quarterbacks high. That's just like, this is what I honestly am so happy for the Cowboys. There are so many good players left on the board right now. It is unreal. It's unreal.
So we got one more quarterback team in the top 15, the Raiders. Do they not take JJ?
Damn, Bo Nix went before JJ McCarthy.
But he went before JJ McCarthy is still on the board.
No. JJ went to Minnesota.
Yeah, I forgot we had messed up the stream.
That's when everything went crazy.
You're right.
He bet not.
My bad. So yeah, the quarterbacks are going then, right? The first round quarterbacks got to be gone.
Have we had a defender? Did I miss a defender?
I don't think so.
No.
Let me go.
We had and then look, if you the Broncos, right? Build your house. Why not take Tyrion Arnold, put him on the other side of Pat Surtain, and just make that defense that's that studly defense. Make them dudes gangsters, man, and just get a quarterback another way. You know, just sign Dak Prescott. Fucking Cowboys can't get it done. And I don't know, build your house. But
so we call what? We wanted 6 quarterbacks.
Damn, we need that boy.
We need 5.
Didn't we say that? No,
Cowboys
we got 6.
All 6. Oh,
we got 6 because Penix,
we got all 6, man. Wow.
You got some guys left, homie. You got some jokers left, homie.
Come on, Sam Hartman. Go ahead and come off the board. Sam Hartman, quarterback from Notre Dame. Go ahead, get your son.
I can't wait. I can't wait. All
right, man. Raiders on the clock. Their pick is in. You know, I feel like if the Raiders really did want to queue anyway, they would have jumped. But here we go. Pick is in for the Raiders, man. Who they going to take?
So they're rolling with Aiden O'Connell, which is the same thing as Bo Nix. Let's see what they're getting though.
They select tight end. Wow, what, bro? Bowers. Okay, that's interesting because of Michael Mayer last year.
I'll say this, and then I'm gonna shut up.
Oh boy.
I guess Voch, you want to take this one?
I don't want no parts of this.
Well, I'm gonna say this: teams suck at drafting, and that's a Voch Lombardi term.
Yeah.
Teams suck at drafting. This should have been a defender. This should have been Quinyon Mitchell.
Offensive lineman. Troy.
You could have went offensive line. Talk to me. Best player on the board.
Wow.
With the thing about Bowers is I can't justify him over some of the guys that were left on the board. But if that's what the Raiders want to do, this is such a Raiders pick. It's incredible.
Can Aiden O'Connell even utilize Brock Bowers to his potential?
No.
Jeez.
No, he cannot. No. And if you're Antonio Pierce, if maybe this was a ownership pick. Because I'm like,
but look though, Bowers is a stud though, Foots. He is.
It's not that. You know it's not that, Voch. It's not that.
But Michael Mayer was their second round pick last year, right?
That's the problem. So what are we doing?
What are we doing?
Come on, Scott. What are we doing? If I'm Antonio Pierce, I say so. We went tight end back to back, and he's not he's really good, but he's a move player. He's an H-back, if we're being honest. He's a move player.
Sure.
I don't know.
Put him in the flat routes, put him on the move routes, the kind of motiony stuff, and let him be Big Yak Bowers. But I think so. Look,
Tech still there.
So look, if Bowers would have went to the Jets, if Bowers would have went to the Jets, that makes sense. Okay, Aaron Rodgers to Brock Bowers makes sense. But tight end at the end of the day is still a luxury pick, and the best young tight end that came out of this great tight end class last year was not a first round pick, let alone a 13th overall guy. You know what I'm saying?
You're
so right. Weird pick. This a weird fit for the Raiders, man. Bowers a good player, but it's a luxury pick for a team that needs a bunch of dudes that can play. So
Bowers was the best tight end in college football 2 years ago. So he just couldn't come out. So this is a baller for sure. I It doesn't make any sense to me, y'all. When you took Michael Mayer, that should have been the future. Now, do you say, well, don't window adjust your board? This is what I mean by BPA per need. This is a perfect example. They do not need to take a Brock Bowers because they have Michael Mayer who shows some promise last year. So very mind-boggling pick. But I'm not tripping. Take all these Qs, take the Bo Nixes and the JJs, take Brock Bowers, take them. I'm cool. Drop all these other receivers' foots for you. Drop these offensive linemen and drop these centers.
I wonder when this secondary run on offensive tackle starts to happen.
That's what I'm waiting on that, and I'm waiting on the corner run as well, Sky.
We need the corner run right here, right? If we can get the corner run, let's take a look, y'all. Sure. We got the Saints, the Colts, the Seahawks, the Jaguars, and Bengals coming up next. And next, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 picks. Seattle may go O-line. Cincy probably will, but if
New Orleans could definitely go O-line. They could go New Orleans O-line or corner, maybe.
I'm thinking corner.
Maybe replace, Matt Lattimore. Yep.
I mean, it's two things that could just make me scream right now. If Fuaga keeps falling, or if like Philly get like Tyler Guyton or something. Boy, I'm just hollering. I'm hollering. I'm gonna get up and run if Philly gets.
You don't think Jeff Stoutland can save him?
Hey man,
look. Let's stay hard. Let's stay hard. As long as it ain't me, I hope he good for somebody. I hope Tyler Guyton be great for somebody.
Hey, can I ask y'all something in the chat real quick? Just want to make sure audio is fine. We back smooth here. If audio's good, just give me a thumbs up. I'm trying to make sure my boys sound good to go.
And drop flames if Will so just get ready to drop flames because it is. Drop flames if Will's still going crazy on production. Just come on, man. What y'all doing?
We're trying.
Man, come on.
Hey, we got a little break in the action here on TV. I want to dive into the war room and talk about this Cowboys draft situation. It seems to be lining up for Dallas so far, but I said this before in years past. The next thing you know, bing, 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 and let's be real. We're looking at offensive line and a particular player from the tea leaves. We're talking about Graham Barton if he's potentially there. Could be an issue though, but so far so good for the Cowboys as we stand 10 picks away.
Yeah, man. Just me looking at the big board, right? I just pull up offensive tackles and JZ Latham is gone. So let me do the undrafted guys. Cool. So Taliese Fuaga, who's my tackle number 1, is available. Troy Fats is still available. Amarius Mims is still available. I'm hoping Tyler Guyton goes a little bit early there. But your pick of tackle, and Jordan Morgan is another guy that I like a whole bunch. But your pick of tackle is there. Kingsley Sua Matea, if you want to roll with him too, he is there for you. So just if these guys continue to, if the draft keep going how it's going, then you're likely to have some offensive line help. And of course, since we know Jackson Powers Johnson isn't in the conversation right now, we'll still, Graham Barton is just hanging around. We don't know when Graham Barton is going to go, but the buzz that we kept hearing pre-draft is that tackles are going to fly. They're going to be the premium. Teams are going to trade up to get them. So, like I said early in the broadcast, y'all may not have been here because it's 2,000 of y'all, 3,000 of y'all, however many. If tackles go so much that it pushes center down to us, and I'm fine with that.
And let me say this about offensive line. I brought this up a ton over the last few weeks or months. If you are against O-line because you want to take BPA if you have a guy higher, this is why, unless it's just one particular player, I want to shut my mouth and be okay with it. They've only taken an offensive lineman 4 times in the Jerry Jones era and over the last 14 years or so. Every single last one of them in the first round have been all pros. Not Pro Bowlers, not long-term starters, not quality, guys off the bench, all pros. So they know what the hell they're doing here. And we can, Voch, we can say, man, but they gotta develop an all-pro in the 5th, 6th, 7th round. Damn it, an all-pro is an all-pro. So as long as it ain't a particular player or two, I'm shutting up.
I think it's interesting too here, Sky. The Saints are taking a while. We haven't seen the movement that I thought we would in this draft as far as trading wise.
Sure.
I thought it would be more movement, but this is actually working out really good for the Cowboys.
But I'll tell you why, though, to that point, why there's probably not a lot of movement, because all the blue chip dudes are like there early, like blue chip dudes and like quarterback, which is just as much premium. people not. If you need a quarterback, you're really not trading away from him. If Marvin and Neighbors and Rome are there, you're not trading away from those guys because those are elite guys.
Let me ask you this: Is Latu blue chip for you?
He's one of the best. He's the best defensive end in this class, but he's injury guy, so we don't know where they got him at.
Is Dallas Turner, even if he's not blue chip, is he close to a blue chip for you?
Dallas Turner has a gang of traits that makes him valuable for a team, and if you can develop those traits, you have a very interesting player on your hands. But his lack of nuance and development could cause him to fall down the draft a little bit. But as far as the talent goes, he played for Alabama, where he was the best athlete on the field sometimes. So,
and I think that's the point where I'm just like, when you start talking about BPA, and you start talking about how some of these players look different with certain teams.
Sure.
Dallas Turner looked different in a Pittsburgh uniform.
And
it makes sense.
If Dallas Turner is the man on your D line, then you may not be great. But if he's a complimentary rusher to Michael Parsons or TJ Watt or something, he's more valuable to you. That's fair.
It just looks different.
Okay, we gotta shut up because Will still don't play when that button here. We gotta shut up, boy.
He give you that look.
Yeah, I said. Did you hear that bell?
The 14th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the New Orleans Saints on the clock select. Go ahead, Roger.
Roger, they're milking this.
Taliese Fuaga, offensive lineman, or I'm sorry, Taliese. Press the button, Voch.
Go ahead.
Taliese Fuaga, offensive lineman.
That joint was on point
that
too.
That joint was crazy, Voch. I ain't gonna
who they draft?
They drafted Taliese Fuaga.
Voch's tackle one.
Hey man, Taliese Fuaga, however you want to say it, Taliese, whatever, you know what I mean? Gangster. Just look at this big old character here, man. He is the last of the big three at the offensive line, in my personal opinion, and he is the power cart. He's the Donkey Kong. He's the Bowser. If you run into him, you bounce off of him. He has a black belt in run game. He has a black belt in athleticism, and most importantly, Will Steele, my favorite category, he has a black belt in violence and ass whoop. Wherever you see, I remember this play. He moves people off the film. He moves people out of their respective gaps. If you're a team that's going to be leaning run game heavy and you're worried about, hey, we're not going to do a whole bunch of zone stuff. We're really going to be comboing. We're going to be leaning on people. We're going to be putting bodies on bodies. He's going to move Latu out the film. He's going to, so we're showing different film than they are. My bad. But so let's see. Boom, here we go. Verse Oregon, you just see him, slight feet, bam, hands on guys, they stop moving. That's the common theme here. Whatever gap you line up in, that's not the gap you finish in, right? He is a mover of people. Look at the athleticism, cutting the defense in half, dealing with the linebackers. That's one less guy that a running back has to worry about cutback lane wise, right? 58's in the gap, you're no longer in that gap. If you start off in B gap and he's blocking down on you, you're going to end up in the other B gap. Now he's rough around the edges as a pass block guy. But Skywalker, still, if you're rough around the edges as a pass blocking guy, there's one thing that you can do to mitigate some of that lack of experience as a pass blocking guy, and that's violence. And if he comes off the line of scrimmage, quick setting, sort of like a rundown RPO type block for pass blocks, as long as he gets hands on you, you stop moving, because he majors in being stronger than you. He majors in being violent, and he majors in day one, I'm the most nuanced rundown blocker. The Saints offensive line just got so physical. And I remember a couple of years ago, Trevor Penning was in conversation in Cowboy land. And even I hated that pick because I thought Trevor Penning wasn't good. And that's kind of panning out right now. Trevor Penning was a guy that I just thought was just humongous, didn't have a whole bunch of athleticism. And he played at like Northern Iowa, some small school where he played against other small school defensive ends. Fuaga played in the Pac-12 this year, and I'm constantly saying Pac-12 was much more competitive than you would think. So you saying Latu, UCLA, guys like Jonah Ellis from Utah, guys like Mohamed Kamara from damn Oregon, Colorado State. So Braylon Trice, thank you, Foots. There are so many dudes in this draft. Gabriel Murphy, who's another UCLA guy, right? There are so many dudes in this draft that are edge guys, defensive end guys that are going to get drafted this year. Some of them day one guys, some of them day two guys. But no matter what the narrative is, when they line up against Taliese Fuaga, he either whooped their ass or he moved them off the film, or they had to get grass stains in their white jerseys. So it's a home run pick for the Saints. The Saints probably should have took quarterback here so we can get more guys to fall down and Fuaga will fall to us. But boy, what a guy. And one more question you have to ask yourself if you're a Saints fan. We know that there's conversation going around is he a guard or is he a tackle? Me personally, I think violence translates regardless of whoever you are. So put that dude at guard or tackle, let him be violent and just develop him wherever you got him at.
At what point do we start seeing defenders go off this board, y'all?
Well, coming into the draft, Foots, there was an expectation that there will be a record set for offensive players selected. It was 19 a few times. It's expected to be at least 20 and maybe more now with Bo Nix going and Penix, but I think he might have been expected. So you could see 21, possibly 22, depending on if wide receivers hit another weird run here with Brian Thomas, maybe Keon Coleman.
That second wave of receiver.
Leggett, Vlad, McConkey, maybe the second wave, people would jump. But I think the wave we're really probably about to see with Taliese Fuaga going off is likely offensive tackles. Mims, right? Troy Fats, if Fats, if they can get beyond that. Right now, I think Dallas is hoping a Fats, a Mims, a Barton, kind of getting that cluster of 21. We get to 20 and those three on the board, you're feeling good.
My dream scenario.
Go ahead.
My dream scenario, Voch. I want at least two of the big tackles still on the board when we get to about pick 20.
Sure.
Because if we do have to trade away from them, and let's say we could target maybe a Frazier and not trade away from them, but if somebody jumps us and we can get to the back half of the draft, let's say a receiver that we maybe not be in love with. Let's say Kansas City wants to come up and get Xavier Worthy. They don't feel comfortable sitting, and we could push back and still get an interior guy, maybe a Frazier, and still get that extra pick. I would be intrigued by that. And I think Washington is still a team to watch as far as trading up and trying to get a tackle because they want a tackle.
And we didn't talk about that yet, but as we get closer to the Cowboys pick, trading, if they're wiped, which right now they're not, trading out of the first round altogether, I am not opposed to if you can get a gang of picks. I want to trade back, period, bro. Unless there's one or two particular players there. We need picks. We did the mock draft yesterday, Voch. Or was it yesterday? 2 days ago?
2 days ago.
Woo. It was rough when we didn't have extra picks.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're just sitting around waiting.
You're sitting around waiting, and you go from 87 all the way to 174. That's almost 100.
And players are gone.
It's a long way, man. Yo, chat, we just want to thank y'all so much, man. Y'all have gotten us back to where we at, 28? Man, y'all got us all the way back. Let me just hit that for y'all one time. Just hit that one time. Thank you.
Share this too. Let's see if we can crack 3. Let's see if we can crack 3 on draft. You know how, this is so dope. As Voch would say, I'll get emotional. We definitely get emotional when it comes to this thing. It's the draft, right? And if you're here right now and we're talking about these other teams, you are just as diehard of a football fan as we are. This isn't, and there's no knock to the casual viewer. We need those. That is an absolute need in what we do. But you're here right now, 3,000 of y'all watching guys' names get called and us break them down. To me, that's amazing, and it's a humbling experience, man. It makes me want to go even harder. So thank you.
Grateful.
And we're gonna keep thanking y'all throughout this thing too. By the way,
yeah, we're gonna thank y'all to death.
Pick is in. By the way, I'm gonna press this button. Indianapolis Colts on the clock. Select the first defensive player off the board. Edge out of UCLA, Latu.
So Fusti King, man, that fall on D lineman wasn't gonna let, and he'd have cleaned his island boy out of all of them. Sky, all the rest of them had they flowers on, and they had their Hawaiian garb and they tongue and
they had the bloodline rocking. He
up here with the Cuban flowers on.
Yeah,
hey man,
shape up clean.
Latu was an edge that was medically retired 2 years ago, and they recommended him to not play football because he had an extensive injury history. But Latu, such a dude, he's such a gangster, such a competitor. He was like, nah, man, I'm gonna come back and not only play football, but I'm gonna be one of the best defensive ends in this draft. And me personally, he's my number one guy. You know, talk about having a tool belt. He's terrorizing USC. Whether you watch the highlights on our screen, whether you watch it on the actual film, they're gonna show him whooping all the kids at USC because Caleb Williams. Look, it feels like he took that game personally. Like he came out and said, "I want to sack Caleb Williams." Not only did he do it, but he did it 4 times. And we always talk about the Pac-12. Look, just as much as there's good defenders for Pac-12 guys, there's great offensive linemen in the Pac-12. And man, Latu lined up against all those guys and he terrorized them. And he has sneaky athleticism for what you think he can do. But what he's going to do for you is he's going to be tool belt guy. Day one. All the nuanced moves, all of the pass rush moves, and he's a top tier run defender. Man, Latu coming in playing defense for the Colts, playing defense for the Colts right now. Hey, if you have Anthony Richardson to be your future that you build around on offense, you got Latu on your line, put some guys around him, and next thing you know, you are cooking with some hot grease.
Man,
Voch cooking with some hot grease.
Yeah, that USC game is teach tape. You know, one of the interesting things about him is that he has some spot drop ability too. Like the hips aren't tight. I don't know if I would drop him all the time, but if you want to, you know, it's not many 3-4 teams left in the NFL, but like he has some of that flex. So he was one of the guys that I was asking Cowboys fans about. Obviously, he went before Dallas, but we see why. I love this guy. I love his game.
Yeah, he was one of those edges that we said if he is there for the Cowboys and you take him, you start considering seriously saying, "Hey, Micah, you can go ahead and go back to linebacker because I think this guy could be an amazing edge. He's got one of, if not the biggest tool box right in the draft."
Yeah. Let me just say this though, fellas. Let me just run down some of these names: Quinyon Mitchell, Terrion Arnold. I know people are gonna say Nate Wiggins or whatever, so you can put Nate Wiggins. Cool. Byron Murphy.
Nate's a good player.
Jerzon Newton. I think all these are kind of dudes that can still kind of party, right? I don't know where Edgerrin Cooper ends up going in this class, but he seems like a guy that could sneak into the first round if that's the case. And we know Darius Robinson is a guy also, and Jared Verse is another player that's just kind of hanging around right now. There's a lot of defenders on this board, and the Cowboys got 8 picks to get there. 8 picks to get to the board.
Yes, sir. We're on pick 15. Seattle's on the clock.
I think this thing is shaping out to be pretty interesting.
I'll do you one better, man. Johnny Newton. Did you say Johnny?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I called him Jerzon, but yeah.
Okay. None of the linebackers, but I mean, when you look at the linemen, I mean, you still got Troy Fats. We're still hanging on to Graham Barton.
Mims.
Tyler
Guyton and Jordan Morgan.
I didn't want to say his name, but I'm going to talk receivers.
Okay. There's some guys here. Brian Thomas on the board, sure. A.D. Mitchell
on the board.
Ladd McConkey, if you like him's on the board, sure.
Keon Coleman and my stack is on the board. I don't care what anybody else's stack is.
That's your fourth, right?
That's my fourth guy, and that's my guy. And I'm standing on that. So it's interesting. And as we get closer, process of elimination, I can say this. This has played out kind of how the Cowboys wanted it to play out.
It's a good start for you.
Yeah, this has played out how the Cowboys wanted it to play out. I got to watch Seattle here.
Seattle usually get the offensive line mocked to them. I'm sorry. But they got a new coach. They got a defensive coordinator, right? That's a head coach now. So maybe, former Michigan.
Dallas Turner.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Former Michigan defensive coordinator. I'm sorry. And the Mike McDonald, defensive coordinator from the Ravens, now the head coach in Seattle. So maybe Seattle goes defense here.
So, Scott, we have our anonymous source that helps us with all this stuff, right?
Sure.
In the CeeDee Lamb draft, it was notorious of Will McClay and them saying, "Hey, man, we didn't even have a conversation about CeeDee Lamb because we didn't think he was going to be there." Is there any player left on the board that maybe we didn't hear the Cowboys talk about him, but if they're there, hey, we didn't think Jared Verse was going to be there. We didn't think Dallas Turner was going to be there. We didn't think that Terrion Arnold was going to be there. Do you think we would at any point,
when you say hear them talk about, you mean behind the scenes?
Behind the scenes, sure. Not loudly. They don't say nothing to us loudly. But just behind the scenes, do you think that there's a player on the board that can make them pivot off of offensive line because the value's so good?
I honestly don't see it, because there's the two names that we haven't brought up, Barton and Fats. I think those are their guys.
Them the guys.
Yeah. The guys. They would have to not be there to me.
Foots, is Terrion Arnold, cornerback from Alabama, is he enough to make you move off of Troy Fats from Washington?
Not off Troy Fats, no, but that's my board. Or that's
Jared Verse. Jared Verse, is he enough?
Yes.
Byron Murphy, is he enough?
Yes. If I have, even though he's a 3, if you have it rated a certain way, you can't get nervous when you get there. It's just how it is. Byron Murphy, yes. Yes, 100 times yes.
If I had hypothetically put out a board here, I have Troy Fats, and look, this is like your Christian Jones, but for me, Troy Fats and Cowboys, BPA per need, he's smack dab at the top right now.
That's important too, Sky. You always say this. At the top. You always say this, guy, giving you props here. You always say BPA per need. We can have a top 5 BPA, but if there's a dude that's your 5th guy out of that stack, but you need him the most, then take that guy.
And I always say that. Where are the tags at, right? And I would imagine tags have to be close in regards to Fats and Verse and Turner. Me personally, it'd be Verse if I'm going to go edge in regards to these guys. I like Robinson too if they get super wiped. But when it comes to the value of the position, the need of the position, are the tags close enough? I have to put all that into factor. And if Fats is there, Troy Fashanu is there, with those other guys you're saying, all that adds up to he's my guy.
I'm taking him no matter what.
That's what I'm saying. That's my. He has to not be there.
I'm not taking him no matter what, and I love him. That's just me pushing back.
Yeah. So because you said Verse. Yeah.
Verse.
So your guy.
You know why, Sky? The reason why I'm taking Verse. No, I'm just lean into it a little bit, because I know what's coming down the pipe at defensive end in the future, and then I think that he's an instant. He makes your defense better. Yeah. Tomorrow, and I think that you could say it's a good argument, because I think the same could be said about
Fats.
Yeah, he makes your offensive line better tomorrow. So, but
I like what Voch said in regards to the receiver. When we talked about receiver and we talked about offensive line, I feel like Micah and D Law can go out there if you're talking about day one and rock, right, and then you hope Sam or whatever. I don't trust an Awesome Richards or a Brock Hoffman.
It's Hoffman the one.
You know what I'm saying? Awesome too to me. I mean, not that I don't like him. I have to see it. And just, man, when you talk about, okay, Hoffman, Awesome, or Fats, or you say D-Law, Sam Williams, Michael Parsons, or Verse, I can take the L. We talked about where can we take the L? I can take the L at defensive end in round 1 in favor for what I think is going to be a perennial Pro Bowler. I don't give a damn where you put Troy Fats at. Okay, yeah. I don't care. Yeah.
You know what? Seattle's on the clock, and we always talk about good picks, assuming that, hey, everybody's going to make a good pick. If there's any team that's bad at drafting, what always come to my mind is Raiders and it's Seahawks. They like to take Rashad Penny in the first round and Jordan Brooks in the first round, and they like to get Charbonnet when they got running too. Yeah.
They did hit on the corners of Voch.
They hit on the corners for sure. Yeah. Well, I mean, you're gonna hit on the 5th overall pick. You know what I'm saying? Like you're going to hit on those guys, on those top 5 guys. But it's when you in the middle of the board like this.
What do you think about Charles Cross, Voch? Yeah.
Almost said.
Charles Cross is not keeping you from drafting offensive line, but man,
I got them in the interior though, Voch. I got them drafting interior O-line. That's what they got to target.
Is this a nonsense pick? Is like is this Jonathan Cooper right here? Is this some nonsense foot? Is this not Jonathan? I keep saying Jonathan Cooper. Edgerrin Cooper. Is this Edgerrin Cooper? Is this a running back foots?
They are known for that. They are known for that. They're definitely known for that.
Jonathan Cooper. Well, it'd be crazy with Kenneth Walker on the team.
I keep saying that this might be some nonsense, man. Let me see. Seattle don't have a track record of impressing me on in day one.
I know you. That's the one you always say, man. Seattle sucks, man. The 15th overall pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks, with Roger Goodell at the podium, select Jonathan Cooper. No, I'm just playing. Byron Murphy, defensive tackle.
That's a good
Texas.
pick. Not offensive lineman, but that's a good pick. Look, Seattle continues to hate on offensive linemen. Look, I'm perfectly fine with that. But Byron Murphy he was one of the anchors of that Texas defense last year. Everybody gives Sweat all the love and the praise, but there was a dude that lined up in B gap, and that dude was Byron Murphy. And Byron Murphy's a guy at 308 pounds who can give you pass rush in B gap, but also, hey, if you line him up in A gap, and he's probably not going to do a whole bunch of this. Some of the same conversation we'll have about Oso Diggs. We're like, hey, Byron Murphy don't belong in A-gap. But when they put him in A-gap and he'll get double-teamed, he'll perfectly deal with those double teams. He was a fantastic player on the inside. Powerful player. And what you may see in some of these highlights is he's so smart taking on double teams. And we got a trade we're going to talk about in 2 seconds. But he will actually take a knee, get skinny, make himself hard to be double teamed, and get up and then go and make the play. A high motor player, and the Minnesota Vikings have just moved up to Jacksonville's spot. So I'm curious about what this is, and could be offensive lineman. But Byron Murphy is a really good player for the whoever the hell. All right, okay, Seattle so Vikings. Vikings on the clock. What's going on?
Vikings on the clock. Lineman. I felt lineman.
Which one? Which lineman?
This may be fast.
They lost Hunter. So Dallas Turner, you thinking, or you talking about
Turner.
offensive
You
line?
know what? You could go Turner here. That's a good one.
They lost Ezra also. They lost Ezra. Cleveland.
How hilarious is this? We talked about how earlier in the draft we saw Penix go right before the Vikings might have won it. They trade up and they get their quarterback. Now they see Latu go. You know what I mean? They're probably like, all right, man, I got to jump now, man. They took Latu. They took Byron Murphy. I got to jump and get my guy. So maybe Newton.
The Vikings are a good drafting team, so I'm expecting this to be a solid pick. Maybe a falling player. Maybe I'm thinking Dallas Turner. I'm thinking maybe the best cornerback is there. Quinyon Mitchell is there. Edge is there.
By the way,
they missed on quarterback.
No.
JJ McCarthy.
We cracked 3,000, y'all. So I just.
Man,
let's get to 3,500. Let's keep it moving. Keep sharing this thing, baby.
Sharing it. So I don't think it's wide receiver because Addison did well for you last year, and they're going to re-sign Jefferson. So I don't think it's going to be wide receiver.
No, it's not.
So it's got to be defense, offensive line, maybe O-line or defense. They can go anywhere here, but they traded up for this person, and they jumped in front of Cincinnati, who's definitely going to be an offensive line pick. So my best offensive lineman here is probably
I got you. Your best O-line for you have left is Graham Barton.
Graham Barton, the best guy? This probably Troy, maybe. Troy or Graham Barton. So
pick is in, though.
I said corner.
With the trade up 17th. Is it 17th?
Yeah, they had 17th.
17th overall. The Minnesota Vikings select.
Holy shit. Who is this? That's not a wide receiver. Who's this?
Turner, I think.
What's his name? We don't know who he look like.
What the hell is going on with that? They
What's his name? Like what is this? Is that Dallas Turner? He looks like
these young kids look. Oh, come on, ESPN. You dropping the ball right here.
I'm not gonna look at the chat still.
Nah,
he mad too.
Dallas
Turner. Okay, yeah. So Will, still to your point, they saw all these edge guys go off the board here, and they didn't want to mess around. I didn't think Seattle. I didn't think that Cincinnati was in the defensive end conversation or whatnot. But hey, Dallas Turner, like I said earlier, he's probably the best athlete on that defense, and I mean it. Like if him and Kool-Aid McKinstry got to a foot race, Dallas Turner would probably do it for you. He's going to be a walk-up outside linebacker, pass rushy kind of guy. Pretty good motor. He's pretty raw. So he doesn't have the hand talent that Latu has, but athletically, he's probably the best testing edge athlete in the draft, right? He has crazy ball get off, crazy first step, and he's a little more powerful than you would think he is. So Dallas Turner, if you are the Vikings and you made your move, that's 2 trade ups for the Vikings right now. So we need to see what the rest of their picks look like. So if you moved up to get your quarterback to kind of, all right, we got quarterback, we got receivers to kind of help him out, then that Vikings defense, they get a boost from taking Dallas Turner as their edge guy. And like I said earlier, this helps because Danielle Hunter is a Houston Texan now. So
Foots, this is your number one edge, Foots.
Yeah, to me, when it comes to Dallas Turner, I mean, Voch kind of said everything that needed to be said. I think the one thing you can add is he could play off ball, could possibly play. I looked at him at times as he could be a middle linebacker. I mean, rare hips at that size. Okay, this is somebody who if he wanted to play Mike, he could be the best Mike in his class easily. He can run. The question is what position do you truly play him at? Because you haven't seen him really put his hand in the dirt much. So you saw some of that with Will Anderson last year. You didn't see Dallas Turner do that much. You saw him come off the edge, but you don't see him just put his hand in the dirt. Now, he's great when it comes to block destruction, run into the ball, outstanding. But it's not like I like him for a 3-4 team. You're going to have to imagine him putting his hand on dirt, kind of like a poor man's Micah. I don't like doing that, but you gotta imagine him in that way, Sky.
Yeah, a few years ago when they had the Vikings had who was the Griffin? Was it Griffin? The other outside linebacker? They were playing standing up a lot. You know, it was not Dallas Turner, but it was Griffin, I believe, and Daniel Hunter were standing up. I don't think they're doing that with Flores though. I could be wrong, but I don't think they're doing that with Flores as much.
He does have some 3-4.
Does he? Okay.
He has that in some of his background, Sky. Coming from that Patriots. You know what? Let me say this. Brian Flores he's very multiple. He's one of those guys who does a lot of different things front wise.
It wasn't Griffin. I'm having a brain fart here, but it was somebody else. A guy that came over from the Packers. They stood him up.
Are you talking about
Zarius Smith? That's what
Smith.
It was. It's Darius Smith. Eagles getting close here, ain't they?
Yeah. Hey, we're all getting close. Like this thing is flying around. You know what I'm saying? So,
Bengals, Rams, Steelers, Dolphins, Eagles, Jags, and then Dallas. Close.
Foots, what you thinking, man? Where you at right now with it, Foots?
I feel good. I told you, process of elimination. We still got a lot of good players. Terry and Arnold still on the board. Let me ask y'all this: if Terry or Quinyon falls, you draft a corner?
I would. I don't want to, but if we're wiped that offensive line,
there's the context. Where's the context?
If we're wiped that,
you want to know who's on the board, Scott?
Who's on the board, man?
I'm gonna have Terry and Arnold on one side, Diggs on the other side, and Dan what's the name and Bland in the slot. That's what I would do. You know what I'm saying? But I would love for there to be my favorite offensive line there.
Yeah, here's my problem. I'm trying to be better for 2024, so I know I need offensive line. So unless offensive line's off the board, I'm not really thinking about anything else. I shouldn't say I'm not thinking about anything else, but I'm prepared. If there's no offensive lineman there that I want, then yes, we can look at defenders. And if it's Keon Mitchell or Arnold or theirs, it's hard to be like no if you don't have the offensive line.
Them dudes tough, and them dudes will go out and shut down guys. They'll shut down your best receiver.
We all love Lad McConkey, right?
That's my guy.
What Quinyon was able to do to him at the Senior Bowl,
sure.
Teach tape. I mean, he was running routes for that guy, and this is a route runner. So we got to. I mean, his Senior Bowl tape was really what sold me. Obviously, the ball production at Toledo was just stupid, but you know what he was able to do at Senior Bowl was like, nah, he's a dude amongst dudes. So.
And then for something else I always say about Arnold, if you watch the LSU game, he lined up against Brian Thomas Jr. and shut him down for a whole half. Neighbors was on the other side going crazy. At some point, coach said, all right, take Tyrion off of the outside on Thomas and put him in the slot and follow around Neighbors so we can get that better one-on-one so we can slow Neighbors down a little bit. Neighbors slowed down a little bit, and all of a sudden Brian Thomas started going a little crazy on the other side. So that's one of my favorite good on good matchups to just constantly remind people of. Like Tyrion Arnold is a dude that can line up everywhere and take away one of your best guys. So if he's there and I'm wiped that offensive line or just Tyler Guyton sitting there, I'm taking the corner. If it's me.
Somebody has to jump up for Tyler Guyton, please.
I don't think he'll be the pick for Dallas.
I'm gonna do a good screen, man. I'm gonna do a big screen if somebody give him, man.
He can't possibly be close if those guys, the Arnolds and the Mitchells and Fats and
is there something going on? Is there something going on that we don't know about with Fats' injury situation?
There is I don't know specifics, but apparently some teams have flagged it enough to the point where it's like, I don't know about first 15 picks, but he has to be in the first round still. It ain't enough to where they're not going to draft him at all or even draft him on day 1 or 2. Ain't that from what we were told?
Yeah, from what we was informed of. From what
this is strange, but I get it.
Is it really strange though? For teams really suck at drafting, man. Teams ain't good at this.
I did not see him making it this far, Troy Fautanu. So I would do a backflip if he's the Cowboys picks guy. Just so we clear, I'm not fighting nobody on none of that. Even though I'm throwing these scenarios out, by no stretch of the imagination would I be upset. I would be excited.
Yeah, I'm just going to them film sessions, changing the location on it. You know what I'm saying?
Smart.
So instead of Oregon State Taliese Fuaga, I'm going, hey man, New Orleans Saints Taliese Fuaga. You know what I'm saying? We getting them right.
Make sure they come right. Make sure they come right here,
right away.
Make them wet.
Morning, you gonna see them numbers looking crazy.
So Bengals, am I tripping?
Bengals, the pick is in.
Yeah, I think something up here. Hold on. Am I tripping? The Bengals jumped back up, or they had 2 picks?
No. They right here at 18.
No, they was at 18. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just make sure because we messed up a little bit. All right, the pick is in for the Bengals here. Let's see what happens. Oh, I thought they came to the podium.
Oh man, we gotta talk a little bit more. I'm gonna run. I'm gonna go to the Yoski Woski. I can wait around, Liv. I'm gonna wait around till the Rams go on the clock. So this has to be offensive linemen, right? The Bengals are notorious for needing offensive linemen, and their offensive line is so bad, and Lael Collins was so bad, they ain't want Lael Collins on the line, so they must be really going through it over there. So
here go the pick.
This got to be Mims. This got to be Troy. It's got to be Tyler Guyton. I don't know. We'll see.
Don't sleep on receiver. T. Higgins in a contract situation.
That's a real conversation.
Brian Thomas Jr. gets some Higgins comparisons, but now the pick is legitimately in. Do we have a Mims situation here? Since you said, or let's see if Fats can keep falling down. Yep, and it is offensive tackle Georgia Amarius Mims.
Good hit, Voch. You can't use the restroom right now. This you.
Hey man, we had a feeling that Amarius Mims was gonna go a little earlier than expected. Voch, how did you know that? I just Duke man what told me. We had a conversation. But he's a player that can play right and left tackle for you, and I know this because his coach told me so. And he has not a lot of film. Not a lot of film. A lot of people saying he's only played 8 games. He's only started 8 games, but he ain't got a whole bunch of reps, but he does have in-game experience. And I think there's something valuable about being thrown in the water, right? If you played a bunch of snaps against small opponents, then yeah, you got a bunch of snaps and experience, but they're versus small opponents. They took Mims, who was a rotational player all year for Georgia. They get to the damn playoffs against Ohio State, who's a hell of a team, and they got one of the best pass rushers in the country, JT Tuimalau, and they said, all right, Amarius Mims, you're starting at right tackle. What are you going to do? And he goes out there and has a phenomenal game, and he smokes all the Ohio State kids, Footsie King, whether it be all their edges, all of their 3 techs, all the dudes that they line Mims up against, he smoked them. Humongous player. We always talk about, some of the other offensive linemen in this class that got great feet. Amarius Mims is one of those guys. Great feet, great moving player, great power, and he's also a finisher. He's just inexperienced, and he's been hurt a lot these last 2 years or so.
Well, Voch, you said they're inexperienced. He might have a chance to sit and learn a little bit because they got the Brown brothers over there in Cincinnati, Trent Brown and Orlando Brown, so some veteran guys that can start year 1 while Mims learns the ropes and that 5th-year option in case it has to be a full year. So this is actually a great situation for Mims, and he gets to block for Joe Burrow. And potentially, T. Higgins and Joe Burrow connection. We'll see what happens there. But nonetheless, I like the situation, Voch.
And he left old boy hanging with the handshake live on TV, which is funny. But and look, even if that's the case, I like him sitting, and he went back for another handshake. Look, even if that's the case, Scott, I like him sitting down, chilling. But he's not a guard for me at all, right? So I like the fact that he gets to just sit down. Like, don't even play guard because those are two different experiences, right? If you line him up at guard, I'm getting used to guard. I don't really have experience anywhere, so now I'm just playing guard for you, and that may take away from his tackle experience. Play him at tackle, sit him down if you need to, put him through an off season, and let Amarius Mims grow up under those guys, and hey, in the future you'll have a dude that'll be keeping Joe Burrow safe.
Go to the bathroom, Voch, so that way we can get you for the next pick. But yeah, man, Amarius Mims, a mountain of a man, foot's like 6'7", 320 plus. But I would have loved to have him here.
Look out for the Rams to go receiver.
I'd love to have him right here, man. But it's all good.
This is kind of like that O-line run. I want to see what the Rams do.
They were one of the teams rumored to trade up and try to get Bowers, so they could go weapon.
I would have loved Bowers with Sean McVay. That's the type of OC.
They're missing a dynamic type of tight end. So I wonder if Penix was another name I kept hearing to take over for the quarterback there in Stafford, but obviously that can't happen. So this will be interesting. This is the first time the Rams will be picking in the first round since 2016 when they took the quarterback Jared Goff.
F them picks. That was the Rams motto for a long time. It did. Got him a Super Bowl.
It worked.
You know, to me, receiver is in play here. Nothing since the big three, Sky. So that's kind of interesting to me. Maybe my evaluation was off. I don't want to say it was off, but I thought that there would kind of be another run, or at least Brian Thomas Jr. would be in play around. He's still in play around this area.
This feels right to me. I mean, I feel like the next cluster would be towards the end of the first round. A.D. Mitchell, Brian Thomas Jr., depending on how some feel about Ladd McConkey. This feels right. But are we starting to get into the worlds of Chop Robinson in them, or, with D.E., Latu going, Dallas Turner?
Yeah. No, Chop and Verse. Two guys I'm watching.
Verse still there, yeah.
Yeah, Chop and Verse. If he's
how they fall, man? How they get this far?
The Cowboys are sitting out. What now? 5 picks.
Hey, man,
and they looking. It's looking.
Barton and Fats on the board. Barton and Fats on the board. This look nice, guys.
Both of them.
Hold on. Let's do this real quick after this pick. It says on the clock, but
yeah, let's see who.
If you go take a look at this situation, you're getting somebody. Okay, you got Quinyon Mitchell is still on the board. Troy Fatt's still on the board. Cooper DeJean, if you like him, still on the board. Johnny Newton on the board.
Is this our perfect trade back, Sky?
Yes.
I may not want to move though. Like
Barton on the board.
If Fats is there, I don't want to move.
Fats and Barton, you're probably not moving. Chop is still there. Versus you're getting a guy, right? Like, and that's why when we're doing this draft process, the very first thing I said was, hey, you can't fall in love with one particular player. But I learned my lesson back with the TJ Watt. That was the last time I did it. And also the whole he'll never be there thing. Somebody's always there. So just kind of be patient and let the board fall where it may. You can't even really jump at this point because you ain't got enough picks, so they got no choice to be patient. And if it falls to the point where you can trade up for somebody, if you got picks, cool. If it falls like this, you're in a great situation to stay there and get the guy you absolutely want at the top of your board, or trade back, say 27, and pick up a 4th round pick.
This is a hell of a spot to be in, man. This feels good.
Feels like the sweet spot of the draft.
I think but Pittsburgh, Miami, and Philly are definitely going to be challenges for you, but this is a good spot to be in. Pick us in.
I think we can lock Philly with Quinyon Mitchell.
Yeah, 100%, man. Yeah. If he doesn't go there, Cooper DeJean.
Yeah.
Or Terry Arnold.
There you go. Oh, I'm a little ahead of y'all. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So you're not in the. Who is it?
Jared Verse, defensive end from Florida State, is an LA Ram.
He's a Rams fan.
Is an LA Ram. So hey, look, Jared Verse, we complete another Mario Kart trifecta. Dallas Turner is your super athlete, the bursty guy, rough around the edges. Then you have Latu, the super nuanced guy, super technical hand fighter guy. Jared Verse is he's the balanced cart. He's the Mario. He's in the middle. He's a guy. Great athleticism, great hands, great solid burst. I don't want to say great burst and fantastic burst because we got Dallas Turner for that, right? But the first time I seen him though, Foots, I was doing research on draft last year and I was looking at Cody Mauch, right? And I was watching Cody Mauch versus Albany, and I was like, man, I don't like the fact that Cody Mauch is getting whooped by this dude at Albany. If you're going to be Cody Mauch, I want you to whoop the hell out of whoever this Albany kid is. That Albany kid was Jared Verse. And then he went to Florida State and he whooped all the kids in the ACC. Jared Verse, fantastic run defender. But what I love about him the most is his hands. He got powerful, strong hands where he strikes and he gives you whiplash. He gives you concussions with how your head flies backwards. He doesn't fully know how to use that yet. how to use those powerful hands. But him being such a high floor guy, there's going to be a coach that puts hands on him and says, hey, your floor is this high already. You got this outstanding punch. You know how to punch. You know when to punch. You know where to punch. Now let's parlay that with a swim move over the top. Or let's parlay that with some cloth pull or with a hand chop or something like that. So Jared Verse is the perfect kind of player I like. Are you floor guy? Are you ceiling guy? Jared Verse is a high floor guy, but he has so much room to constantly grow. And I think taking him at pick 19 is fantastic here. Shots out.
I think the thing with Verse is just to add on one thing you said, just speed of power. That's his game. You know, so there's people, I don't like when DNs play down the middle of you. Well, if they're walking you back into the quarterback, there's still a lane for that, and he's great against the run.
Sure.
He's going to stack the run correctly. He's going to stack it how it's supposed to be played. So I'm going to jump out, guys, right before this Pittsburgh pick.
Hey, man, we are some water drinking fools, Fuster King. So, you know what I'm saying? You know how I go. It is what it is.
I'm about to be next.
And Fuster, hey, yo, Will still hit the refresh button on your situation so we can catch that up a little bit.
I'm about to try something else. So give me a second here. You good?
Oh, you about to put it behind you? Because that's player if it's behind you.
No, I'm not getting. That's how we get in trouble.
I was about to say, don't get got, but it would be player if it was behind you.
No, Playboy. No. Give me 1 second.
Okay. While you do that, Will Steele, I pulled up Tankathon just so I can get an idea for how the next few picks could possibly go. And Pittsburgh's pick is in. I've been seeing a lot of Pittsburgh content creators talk about Graham Barton being a guy that they would love to have in Pittsburgh, just an interior offensive lineman that can help boost whatever it is that they're trying to do, though. But I think Pittsburgh got a lot of options, though. You know, they got Joey Porter Jr. Maybe they want to go corner to go along with them. At the end of the day, Pittsburgh is a good drafting team, and we feel like Pittsburgh is the type of team that takes the best player there. Pittsburgh is not a team that's going to lean on need because they've been needing shit for a long time. They don't always go for it, Scott. But what they will do is, if it's any team that we look at, we feel like they always get a good draft, it's Pittsburgh and it's Baltimore. Sometimes like Minnesota, whatever. But they have these good drafts because they stick to the plan and they take the best dudes on the board, Will Steele. So Pittsburgh could be going offensive line. And if they have Graham Barton ranked as their highest offensive lineman or Troy Fashanu ranked as their highest offensive line, then so be it. They'll take that guy. But I wouldn't be surprised. This tough team, this defense intensive team, Will Steele, I wouldn't be surprised if they go for the best player there. And this could be one of these corners. Can you imagine Pittsburgh Steelers, who are a defense intensive team? Can you imagine them getting the best cornerback off the board right now?
Pair him with Joey Porter Jr. How are we doing with if you look into mines, is it at least close to where you at?
So
I
we got
the NFL Network. So
I thought you was talking about views, Skywalker.
No.
Because we had 3,500.
I know we had. I'm talking about because I want to make sure we're not too far. So if you go
this NFL Network, let me change the channel real quick.
Yeah, if you go look and restream, I want the NFL Network to see if that works. See, when we're watching it via stream, it's a lot slower actually. But
okay,
that's where we at. Pick is in though for Pittsburgh, as you said. Cowboys are 1, 2, 3, 4 picks away. If you count this Pittsburgh, we're only 3. And if we're talking about center, Miami's probably the last team. I think Philly, they got their center. They can kick them inside if they want to or kick them in the center. But Dallas, again, no matter what happens here, I think they're sitting pretty to get a really good player and a player that fell, for being honest.
Well, still, we were hearing that the Eagles were looking to possibly get the heir to the Lane Johnson throne, but Lane Johnson ain't gone necessarily, right? Like he's a developing, like he's a player that's at the end of his career, but he ain't gone just yet. Do you think the Eagles would rather get somebody that's going to help them win right now? I think corner helps them win right now.
100%. Quinyon Mitchell, if he's still there, Terrion, they need it. They got torched last year through the air, and they tried to address it. They tried to address safety. They tried to go out and trade guys, bring guys in. 100%, you take corner. All the top corners left here. DeJean, Terrion Arnold, Quinyon Mitchell still on the board, correct?
Yes, sir. They are all here. Let me look up Our Lads, which is a depth chart website for Jacksonville. I feel like Jacksonville had all offensive linemen that they liked, and them getting Ezra Cleveland in free agency. Mm-hmm. I think they filled out their offensive line. So they got Cam Robinson, Ezra Cleveland, Brandon Scherf, Anton Harrison that they drafted last year, but they do have a miscellaneous character named Mitch Morse. named Mitch Morris playing center, but they did draft Luke Fortner in 2022. So they could be going center, but I don't know if they want 5 guys, like 5 premier offensive linemen. They lost Calvin Ridley, so Jacksonville could possibly be going wide receiver here. And I know Miami is a dangerous destination when it comes to offensive line, but they also lost Christian Wilkins. So Johnny Newton could be going to Miami. So I think regardless of what happens here, I think Dallas is sitting pretty in terms of Troy or in terms of Graham Barton. I don't know which one Dallas got ranked higher, but we looking close, Will. Still, we looking solid right now.
Again, worst case scenario, say that Troy and them are gone. I mean, that means you're talking about Keon Mitchell still there, Chop is still there, Brian Thomas Jr. starts. Johnny Newton will be there. I mean, you're going to have the pick of the litter right here, no matter really what happens with these next 3 picks, unless some trades happen, unless you trade out, which you could do that too. But we've been told there's 2 players that they don't seem to want to trade away from. But I do wonder if we go look at this, as you said, the tankathon, could you say, all right, we do need another pick desperately? Can we go to Arizona and only trade down 3 spots and still get the guy you want? Hey, Buffalo, you want this receiver, right? Go down 4 spots. I would entertain it if you can get a ransom, but if not, you sit there and you take the best guy.
I don't even want to roll that dice, guy. Yeah. Me personally, if Graham or Troy is there, I don't want to roll that dice, though. I can trade back out the second round to get some more picks.
Fair enough.
But if my dude's there, I ain't moving. But go ahead, though, Will.
We got Flister King back.
Yeah, my bad, y'all. Had to use the restroom and put my son to sleep.
We held it down, sir. It's all good. Cam Hayward's on the podium.
Have they made Pittsburgh? This is one to watch. We 4 picks away. I'm chilling.
Pittsburgh and Miami's
away, baby. The 20th pick in the 2024 NFL draft.
Come on, goddammit.
Per NFL Network.
Leave Barton up there. The
Pittsburgh Steelers. Walter Payton, Man of the Year, probably up there giving his speech in Cam Hayward.
Okay, so we got
giving his speech. Okay, this is the Walter Payton Man of the Year speech.
Okay, so we got a little time. He could have done this. He could have did this anywhere. He could have did this at the Walter Payton Man of the Year award ceremony that they had for him already. We want to do it at the goddamn draft before we wait. He could have did this shit at the NFL, at the ESPYs. He could have did this anywhere. He could have live streamed this at his damn front yard. Why he wanted? Damn.
Man,
they got Troy. They didn't get Graham.
Select Troy.
They didn't get Graham.
Facts.
Yeah.
So Miami
the Steelers doing what the Steelers do.
So we in some Miami danger. I think if we can get Graham past Miami, Johnny Newton on the board though. If we can get Graham past Miami,
what are we doing here?
Didn't they lose Xavier and Howard too? The Dolphins. Will Steele?
They did.
Come on, Dolphins. Take anybody but Graham. Take anybody but man.
I think Xavier Worthy's somebody to watch here.
For who?
For Miami.
Man, they already got a damn track.
They want more track guys?
It's been reported that they like him.
Yeesh.
But things have went cold on the receiver side of things. So we'll see.
Boy, you could tell Will still wanted Troy Fast real bad. You can tell.
Yeah, I really did, man. I thought because he was falling. That's why, right? Like, like if you're gonna fall like that, well, shit, it fall right to the Cowboys. So now it can get funny a little bit here with Connor Williams' situation in Miami, Voch.
I think it's Miami. Miami is the pick you have to get past. But do they value center over corner? Do they value center over defensive tackle? Positions like that?
Yeah,
we're gonna have to see, man. You know, it's low hanging fruit to be like, all right, well, Connor Williams gone. They're gonna get Graham Barton. I feel that. But they've lost multiple positions that are technically more positional value than center is. I need Miami to just go away from center. I don't think Philly has a center problem. I think they're going to be fine. They're going to move.
They got 2 centers if they really want
it. They got Jurgens and Dickerson. They're fine at interior offensive line. They need to go linebacker or corner or something. There's corners there. I think Philly wants the best cornerback to be on the board when they get there.
They could possibly go tackle. I've read that a few places.
D tackle.
No, offensive tackle and just develop one. Yeah.
To sit behind Lane Johnson, but I don't think they want to sit nobody behind nobody. I think Philly wants to try to win.
They got to fix that defense. So I see them. what I would do if I was Philly, I'm going corner.
You have to go Quinyon Mitchell or Terriano. Your secondary is terrible, and they haven't really been good at hitting with quality corners long term. And look, I know they paid for Bradbury and them boys, but they got torched almost a year after they got there. And I get it, slay, but it's time. It's time now for them to address it early in the draft. I don't know the last time they took a corner so early besides Sidney Jones in round 2, and he was a bust. So they need that.
I haven't looked in the chat all day. Chat, I'm sorry. Chat, I'm sorry. But
I don't know what
every time I try to go over there, they're kind of giving away some picks. So I'm like, I got to pick and choose. So I'm trying to pick and choose in the middle of commercials and stuff. But yeah. But
we can read supers later.
Sure. Trust me, we appreciate y'all.
We appreciate
here though. 3,500 almost up in here, man. And we are now 3 picks away from the Cowboys being on the clock.
It feels surreal, right?
If Philly want to take tackle, then Guyton is there, and I'll smile big as shit. Then I'll be a smiling character then. But
I don't think. I mean,
I agree. But
long ago, they used to take. They took the kid Dillard, Andre Dillard. This could be their Andre Dillard.
He garbage.
That's what I'm saying.
I knew he was garbage when they drafted him. I knew that way.
I think we also have to prepare ourselves for Guyton. I'm just saying.
So.
We have to prepare ourselves.
I don't think so, Scott.
Just to be
depends on these next few picks for us. Just
to be safe, we can set the bed for Tyler Guyton.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Tyler Guyton is the most athletic offensive tackle in his draft. He does have incredible feet, incredible movement, in terms of getting to the second level and working his angles and getting to his landmarks and all that kind of stuff. But when they talk about tools to develop, that's what they're talking about. Like, he jumps out of his stance so smoothly. He climbs to the second level. He reached, and this all movement so smooth that coaches and teams may feel like they can teach him what's rough around the edges and pair that with his athleticism, and he'll be fine.
I think that's what a coach's job is supposed to be in the NFL.
But man,
I mean, I don't think that. Hold on.
I'm sorry.
I don't think that he. So to me, I don't think that he's so bad that he won't turn into anything in the NFL. That's just me. That's just me.
I mean,
and I know we talk about him in that way as though it's like he's literally the worst. And I don't think, because he wouldn't be slotted as a first round player.
That's not true. I think.
Hold on.
We talk about like we don't want to take him at 24.
I'm with you. But what I'm saying is, if it's a coach's job to coach him up, Sky.
But that's every position. You can say that about everybody.
You can. But just because we don't like a guy, we also have to imagine there are teams that do like him, right or wrong.
Foots. We're talking about the Cowboys.
Hold on, wait. I know we're talking about the Cowboys, but I'm talking
about. How you gonna ask
him
a question and tell him wait when he answers? But look, Foots, this is my thing though. Foots.
No, go ahead. Because what I'm saying is, just because a coach's job, if they see a guy who's an athletic player, right? It's his job to get him better.
Sure,
that's his job.
I can pin that on every single last one of these prospects. So it also is our job to talk about what these guys do well and also what they need to get better at as well. And I feel like Tyler Guyton in year one there's a lot that he has to get better at. If we're talking about a team that's on a coach with a 1-year deal and you're trying to get the best player to step in right now, Guyton feels like a future pick is all I'm saying. Can he come in here right now and be an upgrade at left tackle for you? I would be nervous. Year one.
And you're not wrong for feeling nervous. But let me ask you this, Voch. Did Osiris Torrance play good football last year?
I think he was slow-footed and heavy.
Osiris played good football last year.
No, he didn't.
He played great against us.
He had a good game versus Dallas. Osiris didn't play good last year.
He played good football. That's a fact. Hold on, don't run from it. My point is this. I'm not saying that I'm not even saying this isn't even me wanting Tyler Guyton, by the way.
Sure.
But my point is there's a reason why he's slotted. What's the difference between Amarius Mims is with the injury history and him not playing right or left tackle versus Tyler Guyton?
Tyler Guyton doesn't push people. Tyler Guyton's not physical. Tyler Guyton's not nasty. Tyler Guyton doesn't know what side to put his head on when he's run blocking. Fuzz, I'm not saying Tyler Guyton is trash garbage. I'm saying for me, I wouldn't want to take that project on at 24th overall when there's better dudes that can line up and play for me day one. I think Tyler will be fine one day. I'm not saying he can't play. Patrick Paul can't play. Tyler Guyton just needs a lot of work. Miami's in. Let's see.
Miami's in. Chop Robinson, baby. I think Dallas is sitting extremely pretty, man.
I would have liked
the Dolphins select.
That's interesting.
I like Chop Robinson too, though. But these are your next two teams. You know, Cowboys love Graham Barton, and these next two teams don't seem to be teams that are looking for interior offensive line help right now. That's what I'm saying, Fusty King. So the Eagles, and they piss me off how they do this every single year. They're going to end up taking one of the best players on the board, being corner, probably like Terran Arnold or something like that. Jacksonville is probably going to get some help on defense or something. They got a pretty stacked offensive line already, Fusty King. What we're saying is Chop Robinson can play. I just think Dallas is sitting pretty in terms of Graham Barton. But Fusty King, you like Chop Robinson a whole bunch. You like him a little more than me. He's my sixth guy. He's like your second or third guy. Foots, sell us on Chop Robinson, Foots. He from DMV. That's why you like him.
He is from the DMV. He actually played at he played at Quincy Orchard. I watched him play in high school. I love Chop. He's in that tweener mode. I would like to actually see him pick up some weight. But this is a guy block destruction, great against the run, gets the edge. So like he can snatch a quarter off the ground. The Iowa tape was coach's tape, teaching tape. Michigan, I didn't care for that game. I thought that he played a little overextended. He got washed a lot against Michigan, and that's because Michigan has a great O-line. So, to me, I would have liked to see him in Dallas. I'm trying to draft this a defensive end over some of these back half tackles that need work. That's me. But Grant, like you guys said, Grant Barton's still on the board, and I don't see Jacksonville or Philly draft him. So we're still good. And then we got to keep hope alive. Maybe a back half receiver. I don't know. We'll see.
First, what I like about Chop Robinson, you remember earlier that I said that Dallas Turner was always the most athletic player on the field. Fusty King, if Chop Robinson is on the field at the same time with Dallas Turner, then Chop Robinson then becomes the most athletic player on the field. Chop Robinson, he's another player that's rough around the edges, but first, what I like about him is that he knows how to recover. He knows how to react. He has a feel for leverage. So when he's exploding forward, right, even if you block him, his ability to recover and then deal with the second phase of your block is really top level. He has a bunch of, physical traits that you can look at, and you were saying Dallas could be a Mike linebacker. Chop Robinson can probably real life be a Mike linebacker for you, Fusty King. And I'm just more so partial to the player that has nuance and that's a little less rough around the edges. But Chop Robinson is a player that I respect a whole lot. And if I wasn't in such need of an offensive lineman, Fusty King, then Chop would have been a player that I'm fine with taking. But Chop Robinson is a Miami Dolphin.
Who Philly drafting, y'all?
Man, they're sitting pretty.
It gotta be the best corner.
It gotta be Quinyon or Arnold, right? I mean,
Foots, where did you have Arnold on your big stack?
I think I had him at corner too.
You ain't got to say exactly, but like, was he like a top
he's my DB too.
It's number 2. It's on the screen.
Thank you, Sky. He's my DB too. I mean,
but they can get DB 1 or 2.
I know. You talking about a press man corner? I mean, run. Reminds me so much of Trayvon Diggs. It's scary. Both played at Alabama. I actually think he's probably a little bit more technical coming out. I think Diggs had better ball production, but as far as staying in your hip, he's not quite Surtain, but his stab, his ability to turn and run, his redirect, he mirrors guys. So I mean, he would be if I'm Philly and I got to deal with CeeDee Lamb for years, I would go Arnold.
Do you think the Eagles could try to kill two birds with one stone, corner and safety, and maybe go Cooper DeJean right here?
I think that would be too smart. That would be dumb.
I agree.
Too good for their own good. That would be Howie.
That's gonna break you. Is that gonna break you, Foots?
That would be Howard. I mean, that would be Howie. Like everybody, Howie is genius. I think you're overthinking it with drafting over these guys. Nah, not over Quinyon Mitchell.
I love the question though, Voch, because I told you this, Foots, and Voch, you like DeJean at corner. I think he'd be fine at corner. But I feel like thinking of Zimmer, he could be your Harrison Smith back there at safety. And the Cowboys are loaded at safety, so it never happened. But I like him. I like him a lot, and I think he could be a playmaker on the back end as a guy on the roof or as a guy that comes down like a Branch over there in Detroit in the slot. He's physical. I'll be all for Cooper DeJean if it made sense, but it doesn't make sense for Dallas at this point in time.
So, fellas, these next 2 picks, I just pulled up the leftover, players that's available right now, right? It'll make sense that Eagles go linebacker or corner, correct? Like, can we at least pencil in linebacker / corner for the Eagles? Can we at least pencil
corner? Sure, backer feels a little rich right here.
So I'm pretty locked in that Quinyon's going to be the pick. It would be dumb to pick.
Yeah, I got Quinyon too.
Let me ask you this: it's for Jacksonville.
That one, I have no clue. I've only been putting my ear to the ground on them.
They need some defense. They let Calvin Ridley walk. I guess they want to make things a little easier for Trevor. They already have a loaded offensive line. They're probably stacked 4 out of 5 in terms of offensive linemen. Do you think that they're a team that's looking at Brian Thomas right now? They're a team that's probably looking at Johnny Newton right now.
They just signed to Arik Armstead, so I don't know why they would take Newton.
But, that's facts.
And they got a good amount of weapons.
Maybe it's wide receiver for that. Maybe Brian Thomas just kind of falling in their lap.
Allen, right? They signed Allen to the big deal. But here comes Eagles are on the clock.
Here's Eagles. Just leave Graham Barton alone.
Here we go. I'm getting out of the chat, man. Out of the chat. Not coming back to the chat until well after the Cowboys pick. So here we go. With the 22nd pick in the NFL draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select.
You leave Graham Barton alone, bro. Just leave Graham Barton alone, bro. They know we want Graham Barton too, and they'll do some goofy shit like taking them to. They do shit like that because they trifling. They weren't raised right. Just leave Graham Barton out of this, man.
What is Goodell talking about?
What is he talking about?
I got him muted. It's like
I got a drink too.
What is this dude doing?
The Eagles select.
Just leave Graham Barton alone.
Okay,
Robbie Dale's doing his.
He pressed the job about 10 minutes ago.
What is Goodell talking about up here, man?
Just leave Graham Barton alone, bro.
Let's see.
The Eagles select.
This is crazy.
Are we on a loop here, bro? I feel like I'm being trolled.
He about to fall asleep.
It's happening, bro.
Just leave Graham Barton alone.
I think he just read a read or something.
I don't know what the hell bro's doing up here. He reading a commercial?
What the fuck going on? Who is it?
Oh,
no, they didn't. No, they did not.
I don't care about Jordan Maliato.
You do this shit in day 3. Do this in day 3.
In first round, you don't do this in the first round, bro. You don't do this in the first round. You do this.
Only the loser Philly Eagles would do this stupid stuff. Don't do this in Dallas draft.
Quinyon Mitchell, ladies and gentlemen, there it goes.
We live another pick, man.
We live another pick.
Shit, we live another pick. I'm not happy about them getting corner 1 or 2.
That's a hell of a grab for them, but yeah.
Shit, we live another pick. Go ahead, first. Talk to us about cornerback Kenyon Mitchell Toledo.
All I gotta say is I'm not happy about this pick because this guy is good.
He is good.
I can't renege on it. This guy can play. I think it's his mentality, fellas. He gonna get in your face. He gonna tackle. Everybody thought, well, he's at Toledo. He can't do it. He can do it. There's no other way around it. This guy is a great player. The ball production, 6 interceptions. 6 tackles for loss. I mean, he was everything for Toledo, y'all. Really good player. And if you want to be sold, just go watch the Senior Bowl practices. This was an outstanding pick for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Your quarterback won to Philly without having to move up, and that was something that they were really looking at. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are 1 pick away from the Cowboys being on the clock, and I find it hard to believe that the Jaguars can kind of mess this up for us. However, you did bring something up, Voch. I had to go double check one more again. Mitch Morse, they did sign him from Buffalo. I don't know what the contract looked like. I can go check that for you because that will let us know if a Graham Barton situation is even possible. Excuse me.
He seems to be a guy that they're trusting to come in and play center.
Right. So, if not, then I don't even think it's going to take long for Dallas unless they look for a trade back situation where they're calling teams and they're saying, hey, man, look, I understand we have our guys sitting here. What are y'all going to do? Similar to the Eagles. Remember what happened in 2021? Micah sitting right there. Philly said, I wanted a receiver. They traded back 2 spots and got their guy.
Man,
I'm not opposed to that. I'll take that all day because you need picks. And if you,
I'm not mad at Balin. Nah, hold on, Voch. Let's listen to Sky because I'm not mad at Balin, bro. We gonna be sitting in the 4th round with nothing.
Yeah, Foots. So Balin's a bit aggressive. Balin to me feels like, hey, I'm dropping down to where KC's at. I'm trying to get where Arizona is. All right, maybe Buffalo at the lowest. And if I know what the next team is going to be, like Voch been doing it throughout this exercise. All right, Philly needs corner, we good here. Jacksonville, you know what I'm saying? If they did their work and they know that Barton or whomever it may be will not be there or will be there at 27, then yeah, I'm trying to get me an extra pick if I can. But you got to do the work though.
So Will Steele, just me looking at Green Bay right now, I think they're probably looking at corner. Because besides Jair, they got some nonsense out there. I'm looking at their offensive line. They got Zach Tom and Rasheem Walker. That's Foot's guy. And they got Elton Jenkins at one guard and Sean Ryan at the other. I don't know how much they love Sean Ryan, but that seems to be a good amount of resources.
Cooper is a spot here for Green Bay, Voch. But
yeah. Cooper DeJean has been mocked to them a lot, and they could use it. They had a pretty bad defense until they played the Cowboys. And for whatever reason.
Sky, if Jerry Jones can talk to somebody, and y'all know what I mean, if they can have a real moment, they be like, "Hey, dog, I want this Barton kid. Don't take him." You know what I'm saying? If it's something like that, and you can move back and still get who, because look, Sky, like we had a list of 4 names on it.
I was just about to say, Voch. Now this is what I would want to do. What we've been told what Dallas is going to do is Barton. There's no getting cute trying to get extra picks. They're going to take. That's just what we were told. Now that could be completely wrong. This could just be lying season. I find that hard to believe. So if Barton, and it feels like he'll be there unless they take him with this pick, this could be all for naught. It could be he could be the pick. But I am trying to. Voch, I don't want to be sitting here in the 4th round. So maybe,
let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Are they looking at the board going, all right, I'm just throwing hypotheticals out here. Are they saying, man, shit, we got Barton, Robinson, and Guyton sitting here. Shit, we can move back and have one of them. Or do you think they value Barton in a way to say, hey, we didn't think you was going to get here in the first place. Let's take you and just find a way to get a later.
It sounds like that. It sounds like, man, we didn't expect him to be here. That's why we said if he is, we ain't thinking about it. But maybe they also didn't expect Terrion Arnold to be here. They also didn't expect XYZ to be here. You know what I mean?
That's true. That's a good point.
It's just weird. You got to go with the flow of the draft. But
I wonder if Jacksonville takes Brian Thomas Giant.
Let me bring this to y'all. Let me bring this to y'all attention here. What about this? What about, because I am not sitting on my hands, and there's no way I'm only having 3 picks in the top 174. What if it's, all right, we're taking Barton, right? Mm-hmm. But in round 2, that's when we see the move down.
I'll do that. I'm fine with that because all I need is a 4th. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me the 4th, so we're not just sitting on the board for 100 picks, and I'll move back in the 2nd round. Right? Because it's people been saying Jonathan Brooks, whatever. Right? I can sacrifice that Jonathan Brooksness, move back 10 picks in the 2nd round, put me at 65 or something like that.
Right?
And give me some picks in the 70s and 80s. Goodell's up there with the Jaguars. Fantastic conversation, by the way, fellas.
Fantastic. With the 23rd pick in the NFL draft, as long as the Goodell's not sending this thing, the Jaguars select wide receiver Brian Thomas Jr. Foots the king, your guy.
Yeah, 17 touchdowns last year. I think that he has more than just running past you in his bag. I think that was kind of like a misnomer. Oh, he's just a guy who is a speed guy, up the sideline guy. I think that's how it was used. I think he has the ability to attack the middle of the field. There was a lot of times on end breakers, Jaden Daniels wouldn't look his way. There was a lot of times on end breakers, Jaden Daniels wouldn't give him a good ball. This guy has it. Now, what you want to find out, Sky Voch, what can he give you after the catch? He had the lowest break tackle rate per any receiver in the first. I think it was the first 6, like the 6 slated guys. Didn't break tackles the same way as Keon Coleman, Rome Odunze, or Marvin Harrison Jr. So that's what you kind of wonder. Is he a big tree that as soon as he gets tackled, he goes down? him and Adonai Mitchell, you kind of wonder that with those body frames. That 6'4" frame, it's kind of like, can they give you anything after the catch? But I love this guy, y'all. I think that he's going to help Trevor. Now, okay, if Trevor can't get it done with this dude, we got to have a Trevor Lawrence conversation. But
we can have a Trevor Lawrence conversation another day. The Cowboys are on the clock. What are we doing here?
You think we doing his Graham Barton on the board?
Do we have to entertain anything else?
Sky, the only thing that can make this thing go funky is if the Cowboys just up and decide and they say, hey, there are a ton of dudes on the board right now. We could trade back and we'll like somebody. But if there's one thing that just sticks in my mind, Skywalker Steele, we were given a list of names from an anonymous source. Troy Fast was on there. Darius Robinson was on there as like a worst case scenario surprise.
Yeah.
We've heard conversation about Tyler Guyton being there as a trade back option. Tyler Guyton.
Breaking news.
Go ahead.
I don't want you to go too far. Per Michael Gelkin, Sky, Cowboys have received trade interest at 24 overall. They have the option to increase their pick stockpile, and they're seriously considering it.
So that's not breaking news. You scared me there for a second, bro.
We knew that.
I thought they traded the pick.
If that's not breaking news to me, I
knew that yesterday. Michael Gelkin ain't say they no goddamn breaking news.
I'm not gonna say that next. I'm gonna shut up. I feel like that's breaking news because I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Hold on. That's breaking news to me because I think they bail here. If we being real,
breaking news is
bail.
Michael
is traded already.
Yeah, they traded it. Michael Gelkin said they thinking about trade. Yeah, we that's the scenario we talking about. So
that Jerry Jones sign is crazy.
We got 3 minutes on the clock. I feel like they're going to milk this whole thing. I feel like they're going to do exactly what Foot said about Brian Thomas and Brian Thomas, Michael Gelkin. And what I was saying earlier, Voch, I know you sweating right now, but I know they got to be on this horn saying, can I get an extra pick and move a few back and still get Barton? I think that's the conversation I'm having.
Fuss, to your point, the juice got to be worth the squeeze. If you got a couple of picks for me, like would you move back for like a third and a fourth? Like we could talk if you sending me a third and a fourth. You know what I'm saying? And not only are you cool with the third and the fourth, Fuss, let me ask you this. If we lose center, I know what time you on because you don't like offensive line. No way, Fuss. If we lose third and fourth, are you cool with the options that's there? Are you cool with Quinyon Mitchell, who's falling like Joey Porter was falling last year?
Terrion Arnold, you mean? Terrion Arnold.
What I say?
Quinyon Mitchell.
Terrion Arnold. He's falling like Joey Porter fell last year. Foots, we lose Graham Barton. Okay, Foots and Scott, we lose Graham Barton, a guy that I know that they like. But are they so comfortable with the dudes on the board right now? They'll go, hey, I'll take that pick. But man, we got a source, and the name we've been hearing the whole offseason, the whole last 3 months was Graham Barton. You got your opportunity to do it right now. You know what I'm saying? So do you do that and just say, hey, I can find a way to get picks later? Or do you go, I'm fine with losing Barton. I need so many picks because we've been negligent in free agency?
I think if it's me, bro, I just don't want to be sitting on the fourth round with nothing because I think this team drafts well. And I'm probably sounding hypocritical because I love Graham Barton as well. He was my interior one. So, but if the interest is real, because what if I get 2 extra picks, Voch? Sure. What if somebody's throwing something special at me?
It gotta make sense though, Fuzz. It gotta make sense. I'm not moving back. I'm not moving back for a fourth and a fifth. You know what I'm saying? Because I think Graham Barton is such a dude that's worth that. You got to give me a third and maybe a fifth, and we could possibly talk about moving away from a dude that we covet at a position that we covet.
Watch, what if the third means you're trading all the way back to 32?
The Cowboys are.
That's a long drop, man.
Trading down.
That what you say, Fuzz? Is that official?
Cowboys are. That's a fit. Now it's official. Per Patrick C. Walker.
Yeah, Foots, if you want to roll with the Cowboys, let me know because I don't have that. I'm literally just watching.
Oh, no, you good.
The network, but no, it's already on there. So do we have the details of that trade? Because I don't want to go to Twitter.
Cowboys,
I don't want to go into the chat because it'll be.
The Cowboys are trading back with the Lions to pick 29. Sky.
That's about the last part for me, Voch. Lions,
with that shit. Let's go. Because now we drafting Voch.
Arizona, Tampa Bay.
That is about, so they're doing what I was thinking. Where hey, can I get a few extra picks?
What's your range?
Voch, now can you press the button? Can I break the news, Voch? Can you press the button? Now can I break it?
Now I see it on the thing, but here we go.
Nah, man, where you at? Where you at?
We trading back because we're gonna draft in the 4th round.
This owner right here.
What did we get? Foots, relax. What did we get?
It's probably not even out yet. Let me look up. Real quick. Hey, this got to be corner right here because Cam Sutton was trash last year and he just went to jail. So
this makes sense.
This is probably corner right here. Man, I hope don't nobody take
whenever you get the details, Foots, let us know.
I'm gonna look for you too, Scott.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just
Foots, you geek.
This is what I do.
Look, I hate moving away from Graham Bart. Hold on, wait. So they get 29 and 73. What's 73?
That's a top 100 pick, Scott.
The Cowboys, the Cowboys give away 24 and a 2025 7th. That's nothing. And we get 73. Let me
I'm impressed. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm impressed.
Now can I go crazy? Can I go ham now?
No, we look Graham Barton.
We're still not out the water yet, but I like.
You just gave me a 3rd round pick though, Voch.
Now, Scott, we did the mock draft the other day, and we was able to get picks and Barton. Well, picks and the guy that we wanted. So let's see, 73
is a 3rd round pick, man.
That's high 3rd round, man.
High third. I
that's
love
high
it.
3rd round, man.
This is what I was talking about, Voch. Like, can I trade back and stay in that cluster? Right, they're still in that cluster. They're 25, 26, 27, 28. 4 picks in front of me. Even if worst case scenario you lose Barton, you picked up that extra 3rd, and you
get Darius Robinson.
Darius Robinson, just a new. So I like it. I like it. This is kind of where, but that's the stop. I didn't want to go to 32.
And we could though, Scott. Now let me get some color in right now. Okay,
get your motherfucking ass off the screen while we trying.
This is Foots. This is my time here, so I'm excited because Sky. Now we could get our layups back. We back in the layup line. Now we don't gotta shoot a 3. You know what I'm saying? To win the game.
You ain't trying to score 4 points with 1 shot. Yeah.
Yeah, come on, Sky. Like, and we talking about a top 100 pick. Well, we've already seen guys fall.
Not just the top 100, bro. 73 is
73 is early 3rd round.
I am impressed because they don't normally swindle. And they taxed Detroit. Now I could be wrong. The charts might say one thing or the other, but I watched them go from what was it, y'all? The teens to 31 and only pick up a 3rd. They're going down 5 picks and they picked up a 3rd. So I think this is impressive.
That's pick number 9 in the 3rd round. Ooh. So that's some.
Plus you got 83. Is it?
83, yeah. 87 and 73 now.
That's what you needed.
Yo,
we back in the game, man. We're back in the game. Hey, Foots, I would still trade down from 2, though. Keeping the buck with you. I'm going to still trade down from 2.
I'm not done wheeling and dealing. No way. I get to the 2nd round, I'll wheel and deal, too, if it makes sense.
But now, Scott, let me just say this. Now we can do what you love to do and go BPA by need, right? Because I hear you. And I'm not even arguing with neither one of y'all. But if now we start talking about your running back, Sky, because we've done these exercises where Marshawn is white.
They're not there. Yeah. You can literally go
at 174.
The best player wherever right now.
Yeah. But now the top of that 3rd, Sky, you can use 73 on a Marshawn Lloyd once you got your linebacker and your guard.
To me,
guess what? Barton gonna fall.
Running back starts at the 3rd for me. That's where I would start looking at running back.
You're not wrong.
I'm addressing the trenches or linebacker in the 1st.
And you can with your top 3. You can with your top 3 now.
Top
Scott.
2 is what I was.
Scott, I said there was going to be a volleyball team coming out here. Some Detroit volleyball team, some softball
we can
team.
Talk. Hold on, real quick, Scott. Let me. I want you to just know where I'm coming from. You have picks.
Foot's arguing with yourself, bro.
Yeah. You ain't fighting none of us. We agree.
I'm not fighting you, bro.
No. I'm not saying you're fighting. I just want to be clear.
Okay.
Y'all know I'm emotional. I'm sensitive about my ish.
Foot's I can't wait to see what the pick is. Foot's ready.
Man, please just take a corner, bro. Like, don't.
29. We got 29. Sky.
They jumping Green Bay for corner. This had to be what that is. Go ahead.
It's corner. I think it's Terrion.
I think it's Terrion too.
I'm just excited right now. So you got 29. Let's let the pick go and then we'll go.
Go
Man,
ahead. We ain't give a damn about no Detroit right now. We in a bag right now. I'll put the name up.
What are our picks right now? Somebody read them off to me.
56, 73, 87.
29.
Okay.
29. Yeah,
so what I'm saying to you is this, guy. With 29, 56, and 73, you can get trench, you can get guard, and you can get linebacker. Then in 87, you get running back, or if a receiver like Bird falls, or you get what I'm saying, Scott. That's all I was saying, bro. Like
we're not disagreeing with you.
I'm saying the same thing.
I guess I'm just okay. Can I talk to you?
You just excited.
Going crazy.
You just excited, but we're not disagreeing with you.
My eyes burning from watching film. I want players. I'm hyped.
No, I hear you. I think it's not what you're saying; it's how you're saying it. It sounds like we're combative. I am 100% with you, Foots, in that we can do exactly what you said. But Terrion Arnold went with this pick as we expected. So you got Green Bay on the clock, who I think goes Cooper DeJean. Now you just got to fade Tampa.
Cardinals.
And I think you good because Buffalo got their center, right?
Buffalo going wide receiver, or at least they should.
Buffalo going wide receiver. You should be straight. If you fade Tampa, you should be straight.
I'm thinking about Arizona and Tampa Bay. I know that Green Bay wanted a corner, and boy, what better fit than a white corner than Wisconsin, boy.
I think the pick might be Frazier, y'all.
Cowboys.
If we,
I take Frazier.
I take Frazier too.
Remember we said Sky knows trade down. So this is what I'm throwing out. Right?
What you think?
Zach Martin interviewed. Go ahead.
Break down Terry Arnold for the Lions fans watch.
Man, Alpha. When you hear him talk, you get what type of player. Honestly, him and Quinyon Mitchell are two really good players, man. And with the Lions, you know what we were able to do to them. CD almost had 200 yards receiving versus them last year.
Cam Sutton.
Yeah. So he's an upgrade from Cam Sutton. The ball production, okay. But I just think about how sticky he is, more or less.
Yeah.
Voch. You know what else about him, Sky? Amazing tackler. Like, it's some tackling corners. Cooper DeJean's a great tackler.
Yes.
It's some tackling corners in this draft, fellas. He's a long corner, long arms. And he's one of those guys where you heard him talking. He was like, he wants to go to a team with great receivers because he wants to battle them every day in practice. So he's wired the right way. He's a Campbell guy. So that probably seems why they wanted to trade up for him, Sky. Let's move and let's not play any games with Green Bay taking him or this, that, and the third. He's a Campbell guy. Yeah. The way he talks, this is a Dan Campbell pick for sure.
Hey, real quick chat, because we are up to 4,500 of y'all in here kicking it with us. Can we get a grade from y'all on the trade down? The Cowboys pick 73 for tomorrow, and they
4 picks in the top 100
and 29 for today. Can we get a grade for that by only giving up 24 and next year's 7th? Grade the pick. I give it an A.
Them boys leaving Detroit now. They say, look, we got our pick. I'm leaving.
I go A, Sky.
Yeah,
can I go A plus?
Go ahead.
I just think that 4 picks in the top 100. You only gave up the 7th from next year, Sky. And I know it sounded like I was arguing. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, Voch. I'm just excited because
this us.
You are going to get. This is your free agency. I'm excited.
I love the trade back and getting more picks or whatever. You know me, like, we all draft guys, so we want more picks, like more dudes. And if there's a time you want to get more dudes, day 2 is when you want to get the dudes. Like they're and we got one early third. I love that the most. But if you can still get your guy and you get a third, you get the 9th pick in the third round, man, that's money. That's money.
That sound good when you say it like that, Voch. The 9th pick in the third round. We got action tomorrow, fellas. The draft starts tomorrow.
You might be able to parlay that and get another 4th, because you still don't have the 4th. So maybe you go, hey, I'll go down 5 more slots, pick up that 4th for somebody that's fallen. So they are back in the saddle, and this is where Jerry Wills. This is where the Cowboys trade more than ever. They don't trade really players, high caliber players, but they will 100% trade on draft day.
Do you think y'all? Do you think they would trade back up into the 2nd?
I would caution that, because now you're right back into the situation. So if you weren't going to trade up for Troy Fats, 3 picks in front of you, who you trading up for the second round?
I would gladly sit from pick 88 to 174 if because you got an extra third. I'll gladly sit.
I'll tell you this, Voch. Your double down at O-line position is alive.
I still don't think it's going to happen because running back, linebacker, and somewhere defensive tackle got to exist for me. Somewhere
running back tomorrow is definitely happening. I feel like that's
I'm gonna push back on D tackle. Now I'm not saying that you're wrong, but what I'm saying is, if there is let's go Blake Fisher for example.
Sure.
And he's hanging around, and you got your guard, and now you get to keep. Now you get to keep Tyler Smith at guard.
Oh, you like Blake on the left?
I don't, but I do in a developmental role. Like at some point, what I'm saying, Sky, if they grade him that way, let's say Roger Rosegarden, Sky,
I could move over there to the left side.
There you go.
I live with that right away. I think he can move to the left side right now. I don't know.
We've seen some players fall that we didn't think would fall. Fats I thought he top 15 pick. He didn't go too far from the top 15, but.
Man, Tyron Arnold just been walking around for a while now.
Wow, Dallas willed and dealed. I thought they were gonna stand there and pick. Wow.
Hey man, good for Dallas. Good for Dallas. I just want to know what this Foots is. This receiver right here. I mean, Green Bay beat our ass with a unknown
they got
over.
A ton of receivers.
Now, they got some guys at receiver.
They got some dogs.
They got Jalen. And is Dobbs a guy?
They got some youngs. They love those dudes over there too. It feels like Cooper DeJean.
Or I love Rasheed, but everybody in Packer, I actually listen to a Packer podcast.
Remember, Watson was hurt too. Christian Watson, Reed, and Dobbs. So they got some dogs at receiver.
Scott, they've been trying to upgrade at tackle. Believe it or not, this feels like this might be a Kingsley. This might be a Kingsley or a.
Zach Tom is legit. He's a legit. Not upgrading right tackle.
I think they want to put him inside.
Walker from Penn State.
That's my guy.
That's your boy.
They can replace him,
but he did struggle. Yeah, he's replaceable. It's the fact. It is what it is. It is what it is. I keep it a buck. Like I don't have no picks for nobody.
Arizona could possibly fix their offensive line right now, but they need everything.
Interior.
Who's the best player? Who's the best on the board?
Who got weapons mass destruction?
Nate Wiggins, maybe. Nate Wiggins could be right here, right? Nate Wiggins,
if they have him over Cooper, but this is feels and screams like Cooper DeG. I mean, come on now. I mean, if you want
Green Bay, the best drafting team in the world, now, Scott.
Fair.
They developed the back half.
Jordan Morgan.
That's what I said. Throw me a oop, Voch. I called it.
Trust your goddamn boy. Trust your goddamn boy, man. We ain't finna sit out here and act like Tyler Guyton out here better than Jordan Morgan. Quit playing so much. Mr. King, tell us about the black belt left tackle Jordan Morgan, please.
I'm talking about you because I just want to say that I had them pegged as possibly one to upgrade from Rasheed and possibly going tackle.
Yeah, Walker was a backup. He only played because somebody got hurt over there.
Yeah,
I like Jordan Morgan. Yeah,
hey, that's. I actually feel kind of bad. That's my guy. Like seeing somebody get drafted.
This ain't good for Dallas. If Tampa took Barton, like I feel like Morgan could have been a legitimate target. Maybe Kingsley now, if they still want to go O-line there.
I think Frazier, Sky. We got a warning on Frazier.
Or Guyton. I would Frazier over Guyton. I would Kingsley. I would go all of them over Guyton. But yeah,
I got Jordan Morgan film. Hell yeah, I got Jordan Morgan.
Hey, Voch. Seriously, you were spot on Morgan. So I'm not. You were spot on. I think that's such a Packers pick. They develop linemen well. So
Bay pick is in pretty quickly.
Woo. Hey, we back to 3 picks away, Scott.
Tampa's
don't be Graham Barton, boys.
Because isn't Jensen? Did he retire or he close to retire?
Then they go Ali Marpet.
Tampa Bay drafted Cody Mauch last year.
Mauch.
Oh, okay. So they shouldn't need no center then.
They got a left tackle from Philly, Sua Apatea, Opita, and Robert Hainsey.
They put Mauch at guard though.
They got Mauch at guard. Yeah.
I wonder if they go Frazier if they want a center.
Let me ask you this though, Fusty King, Zion McCullum, Tavaria Thomas, and they got Jamel Dean at nickel. This looking like Nate Wiggins to you, Fuss? Like maybe they had Nate Wiggins higher on their board, like many of us thought, and maybe they didn't think Nate will get there, but they like, oh shit, Nate's here, and we got freaking Zion McCullum playing tackle, right? Could this be Nate Wiggins?
Kool-Aid's a name too, Voch.
Kool-Aid's a name depending on the scheme. Yeah, this there. You know what, Fuzz? They do a lot of press man over there.
Mm-hmm.
They do a lot of press man. This could be Kool-Aid McKinstry.
If you're talking corner slot, DeJean could be one too.
Yeah.
But hey, teams suck at drafting. This could be a kicker. We don't know. But
damn, I get to get my linebacker next round. I'm so
hey y'all. I think I might trade down again.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong for thinking like that, Sky.
Well, I'm sitting here looking at
go back a little bit more and get Darius Robinson. I'm with you, Sky.
Or Frazier. I'm high on offensive line, but
yeah, don't say Buddy down there. But hey, it's
not
hey Sky. Is there a world where they go running back round one? Just throwing it out there.
Oh Lord.
Can't be.
Just to secure Trey Benson.
Let me tell you why there's a world. Oh, Benson. I thought you were going to go Brooks.
Or Brooks.
I'll tell you why there's a world, because they love splash stuff sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, they don't get splashy much in the first round no more.
Okay.
So that would be a shocker. You know, I mean, this.
Would you be upset?
I would not be happy. No, I wouldn't be happy with that. This draft is way too stacked in day two on that running back. But I like I said, man, this is it for me right here. 4 offensive linemen drafted in the first round, all 4 all pros, and you're staring at Barton and Frazier, who I think have the potential to be one of those guys too. I'm not messing around.
Not Cowboys related, but apparently Pittsburgh has Troy Fats graded as a center, and they want him to play center.
Oh, hey, Voch was on. Hey, hold on, wait a minute. Yeah. Voch, you got to find that clip, bro. I don't know how the hell you're going to do it. But Voch said this months ago when nobody was talking about him as center. I even perked up like center. He said, I think he can play center. I would put
that athleticism, that, you know, being able to reach and pull and do all that movement, that would make sense for. So and just for people listening, guards aren't bad tackles and centers aren't bad guards. I don't think Troy would be a guard. I think he can play guard, but just Troy and his nuance at tackle makes him a left tackle for me. But Troy's athleticism, his movement, and movement at tackle blocks and movement at guard blocks are so totally different. You know, if you a tackle, you got guys to help move guys along to you. If you're reach blocking, if you're a center and you got to reach a 3, you got to be athletic enough to reach that 3, because that 3 is getting upfield fast. So if you're athletic enough to reach somebody 2 gaps over, which is a special NFL block, then I can see you playing center. And I saw some of that from Troy Fats. He had multiple plays where he was pulling, great athleticism, and reaching guys 2 gaps over. So him being a center, it makes sense to me.
I happened to go on Twitter to just refresh my, what's the name, got tagged. The phones are ringing for Dallas for pick 29. So remember I was talking about potentially trade back again.
Hey, give yourself a bomb.
No. Well, I just think it's just you need picks. But let's see something real quick. So you're at 29. You still got 1, 2, 3 more picks.
Kansas City probably want a wide receiver.
Hey, dog, you sitting pretty cool to go back to KC. Any of these 3, KC, Baltimore, or do you go out though? Do you trade all the way?
I would not. I'm gonna say this. I would not be mad if you at 29, man. Go to 32 to Carolina. It is what 30, like
33.
33. I mean, like, I'm not mad at it. We're not gonna be able to do content tonight, but it is what it is.
We done done plenty of content. But listen, Foots, do you think the wide receiver Foots, do you think the wide receiver run happens right here? Whether it be Buffalo losing Diggs, Rashee Rice got into a little bit of trouble. We don't know what that situation wide receiver wise is at Kansas City. And the Baltimore Ravens, they got Zay, but they never really settled down at wide receiver. Is this where the wide receiver run happens, just to keep those guys from going to the second round? The Lab McConkey, A.D. Mitchell's, the Keon Coleman's Foots?
Yeah, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to piece it all together.
It's just a lot going on right now. It's a hell of a.
There we go. Pick us in for Tampa too.
All right, I'll let y'all.
I mean, he's walking up. You can see it with us.
The board, man, still looks good.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if I can go down a few more picks, pick up a 4th, I'm not opposed to that. Even though I know we need XYZ, we need everything. That's why you're getting all these picks.
If we get another pick, I'll actually be fine with.
What if they go receiver?
Oh, Voch, I know what you about to say. Oh, Graham Barton gone. Graham Barton. That's okay. Zach Frazier's still available. So with the 20, and I told you had to fade them. With the 26th pick in the 2024 NFL draft, the Cowboys, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers select Graham Barton.
We okay. Zach Frazier.
I think Zach Frazier's a real life situation here.
We getting Tyler Guyton, dog.
Yeah, and Voch, that's crazy because as you were talking, you said, "Hey man, we trade down, get extra pick. I'm cool with Tyler Guyton." I was like, "Oh wait, I forgot all about Guyton."
I take it back. I lied.
We fine.
Yeah, you're not out on centers. I mean, you still got Frazier left.
Fine, yeah. We're fine.
You still got the fire hydrant. I love Frazier too. So
the problem is with Frazier, we don't know where they got Frazier. So Frazier could be a guy that's coveted as a he's not going to get to 56 guy. You know what I'm saying? You got an extra third, not an extra second.
Or they might cover him at, hey, he is going to get to 56, so we ain't taking no center right now. We'll just trade the hell out of this whole round. Or take Tyler Guyton. Are you getting ready to learn the words to Kingdom, buddy? You getting ready to learn the words to Kingdom, buddy? That's what it sounds like.
I don't see them drafting Tyler Guyton, y'all. I see this pick being Zach Frazier. I don't see them. I know we had a debate over Guyton, but I don't see them doing it. Dang, Arizona got they picking quick.
Got it in quick. This Darius Robinson right here, though, Sky, this Darius Robinson right here. Watch everything just fall apart. Watch this shit. Look at this shit. This might be Darius Robinson right here. Look at this shit. Look at it.
The pick is in for the Colts.
Watch this shit be Darius Robinson. Sky, watch this shit be Darius. Watch this motherfucking shit be Darius Robinson. This shit Darius Robinson right here. Got it, Darius Robinson right here. Look. I wasn't looking at chat. Yo, chat. I wasn't looking. I wasn't looking at no chat. This Darius. Look. Sky, look at that.
It's Darius Robinson, man.
I'm
still not mad, y'all. With the extra pick, I'm still not mad.
This ain't a great time. This ain't great. Don't talk to me right now, Fuzz.
Can we get a breakdown on D-Rob?
Fuzz, breakdown.
You got D lineman, dog. I'm sitting back looking at who we gonna draft. You got
this ain't a great time for me, Fuzz. Please break down there, Rob.
Hey, look, let me tell you something. The analyst Voch is gone.
This is all fan. This is all fan Voch right here. This is all fan right here, boy. Look, if the Cowboys had a center right now, I'd be breaking this shit out of Graham Barton, crazy. Boy.
Let me tell you something about this guy right here. That's gone.
Well, let me tell you something about this guy. Listen.
Please, what?
Great against the run. Ceiling is high. Still a little raw as a pass. Is a guy. He's still kind of raw as a pass rusher, but the Georgia tape, and it wasn't Amarius Mims. I was
looking too. I'm like, was that Mims? There it is right here.
The Georgia tape was just outstanding. Versus the run. Listen, Kirby Smart after the game said, this Robinson kid, y'all gonna hear about him on Sundays. That's what he said. So Missouri put some guys in the league, man. Darius Robinson, I would have loved to have him in Dallas. Darius Robinson's a great player, man. He is.
So JPJ not gonna be the pick, Chester. Y'all might as well quit saying that. JPJ is a third rounder on Dallas's board.
Dallas is. I told you guys he bombed his unless they had a change of heart. He bombed his visit. So we'll see.
We don't seem like a team that's gonna change our heart a whole bunch. How y'all feel about Tyler Guyton being a Cowboy, man? How y'all feel about that?
It's looking like we're gonna have to learn the words of Kingdom, buddy.
How y'all feel about Tyler Guyton, man? How y'all feel about Tyler Guyton being the pick? What the business is? How y'all feeling? What the business is, Chad? How y'all feeling about Tyler Guyton?
I feel like a trade back again. If Guyton or trade back or Kingsley Suamataia, is that how you say it?
What the name is?
Kingsley Suamataia, is that how you say it?
Yeah, that's his name.
Kingsley Suamataia. Thank you.
Yo, Scott, you trying to make me feel better, dog. This hurt, man. This hurt. Oh, they went back to back, Scott.
I'm trying.
Oh, they went back, and I know it. That's the shit that happened.
I think Zach Frazier's the pick, y'all.
I love it. I would absolutely love it.
I would as well, Scott. I really would, man.
Foots, that would be the pick that would be the prospect that they kept in their pocket, right? That would be to me. That would be a Mike McCarthy special. Like, y'all could talk about Guyton, y'all could talk about Kingsley, you could talk about Barton, put it all out there. Don't say shit about Zach Frazier. Don't say it.
That is another element, though, that we've been lied to before. And maybe Zach Frazier was like a guy like the whole time. But, boy, we knew Barton was the guy this whole time. But you know what, though, Scott? They felt good enough to trade back and lose these guys. They felt good enough to trade back and lose these. I don't feel great about losing both of them.
I mean,
but damn, dog.
Your stay and take guys are almost pretty much gone, in my opinion. Jordan Morgan, Darius Robinson, Graham Barton. Yeah.
Okay, so let's do some work, man. Let me just get out my feelings.
You're in your second round grades now,
fellas. Right? What if it's Johnny Newton? What if it's Cooper DeJean? What if it's like one of those?
I'm not mad at Johnny Newton
it's
at
still
all.
Technically position of needs. It's just a matter of where they stack for you.
Are we so tied down to the thought of Tyler Guyton right now that, you know what I'm saying? Like what's the vibe?
It just feels like it because what we've been told, right, over the last few weeks and the feeling around it being Guyton and obviously the need at tackle, that and it makes sense. Screw how you feel where you have them stacked on the board. Tackle makes sense.
At this point, what if it's Adrian Cooper too? And the Kansas City Chiefs traded up.
They traded up.
To jump
past Dallas.
No. They
jumped Dallas.
They jumped in front of us. Yeah, they got Buffalo pick.
Yeah, they jumped Dallas.
We got another pick,
very interesting that they jumped Dallas.
I tell you why. Their jump. So why didn't they trade with us? They're probably jumping Buffalo to get wide receiver.
This is weird. Buffalo needs a receiver, and so does KC. So they just jumped each other.
I'm going to the bathroom and cry.
Wait a minute. Yeah, it was Buffalo.
I'm going to the bathroom and cry real quick.
I'm seeing. I'm gonna refresh this. Anybody do you have the details on the trade?
Nah, let me.
Okay, never mind. They went to 32. All right.
I think this is receiver here.
100. Lamb McConkey?
Lad or Xavier.
Woo!
Xavier feels too right.
Or Mitchell.
Scott. Yeah.
Don't rule out Mitchell. He's still up there.
80?
Yeah, AD's still up there.
Yeah, Sky, you're not wrong, dog.
Yeah, he's still up there, man. But Worthy with the speed, not having Hill, you can tell they kind of missed that. And MVS wasn't worth shit. He get deep, but he dropped the ball. But Mitchell fast too, and he got the size. He's probably would be what they wanted MVS to be, right?
Yeah.
But man, Worthy with Pat Mahomes and that offense, I think a luxury pick they can make.
Yeah.
I feel better, y'all.
Good, Voch. Good. We still in the driver's seat.
I would love for it to be Zach Frazier at this. I just got a text from one of my Ravens friends says, "Hey, you had Graham in your hands." You got damn right we did.
We did.
I got it. I got a few texts like that.
So let's look at the best available here and talk about who would be good with here. Who did we just mention?
Johnny Newton?
No. Frazier. So you mentioned Frazier, which would be it is what it is. It would feel like a Travis Frederick situation where Frederick probably wasn't a first rounder on a lot of people's boards, but right. You needed it and took it and you prospered from it.
Adrian Cooper, maybe Adrian Cooper.
Adrian Cooper, Johnny Newton, Cooper DeJean, Adrian Cooper, Zach Frazier. I mean, if these guys are taken, all right, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like definitely if it's a position of super need in regards to offensive line. Guyton, man, I just moving the left tackle just rough to me, man. I sent you my rundown on Guyton. I'll just talk about it here just in case. But I said sometimes patient with his hands, sometimes he's late. When he shoots, he's coming in wide, and don't you call that chicken wang sometimes? He comes in wide, he gets more grabby than he is stabby. Play strength to me is an issue. He doesn't have ass whoop. Great feet, though. Rare size, length, and athleticism. Good, consistent pass set. Like, he knows how to get back there for sure. You know what I mean? But then he's unsure when comboing way too much for me. Like, he'll break off to get to the second level, and he's kind of like, where do I go? What do I do? I don't know what to do with my hands. He does not finish strong at all. Voch, I didn't see this is no lie. Almost every other offensive lineman I saw ass whoop guys on the ground. Did not see that a lot, almost at all with this guy. Somehow, some way, doesn't play behind his pads for a 6'8", 332-pound guy. Gets tossed too easily, falling off his block. So just a whole lot to work on for me for year one. This would be a thing where you got to coach him all the way up and hope by 2025 you're good to go.
Somebody in the chat says that that we're a bit down and that the trade was bad. The trade was, and this is why I ain't looking at the chat, but the trade was magnificent.
No. Trade was great. The
trade
board didn't fall. Like
I don't know who's down. I've been.
We just lost. I'm down. We lost Barton, but the trade was fantastic. The trade.
Yeah, but Voch, you got to take your own advice. We can't get married to guys.
No, but
that's Sky's advice.
There's a human element to the situation where you're just going to fall in love with certain players. I've tried my damnedest to never do that since the TJ Watt situation. But we're humans, right? You're going to get to certain points where you want a certain player, doesn't happen. Your initial reaction is damn. But now. Hey, get back on the saddle. Who's there? Who's left? What can we prosper with said pick? And I think there are players left on the board that you can. Pick is in though for the Chiefs.
I wonder if we on the phone again, trying to move back one more time. I'm just curious.
Pick is in for the Chiefs, and I am out of the chat. By the way, no more.
Yeah. I'm done with the chat for now.
Chat, y'all not gonna mess my joy up.
I'm done.
Are y'all all in the restream?
I had restream full screen, and I got. Just this side one.
I would pull up so we on the same page for.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, but you're a little bit ahead, is what I'm saying.
Oh shit,
just a little bit.
Yeah, I got you. Let me see.
The Chiefs are. Why are they doing all this extra stuff for the first round, bro?
Nonsense.
All this extra for the first round, man. Good Lord.
Can't help it.
And they did. So my bad. I got the notification on my phone, so we are a little bit behind. With the 28th pick, Kansas City Chiefs select the fastest man in the draft, Xavier Worthy, ladies and gentlemen.
I called this guy.
Yep.
That was on your phone, Sky, because that wasn't on my screen yet.
Yeah,
but
it came on my phone.
Okay, but they got him. Okay, Xavier, that's an interesting pick for them. They going back to the.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah,
I just said that.
Boy, they get to open up the defense again. Boy, they get to take the top off again. Boy,
so
can I
here's what I'm gonna do.
I'm
I'm turning my phone off in the sense of my screen. I don't want no notifications.
Yeah,
get out of Twitter. We are going to be. We're all in here in regards to restream with the stream up, so we can have our reaction here.
Let's do full screen there.
So,
bam. All right.
But Xavier Worthy goes to the Chiefs. Man, that's gonna be fun.
Xavier Worthy, 160
y'all got him. See, I don't like that. That's part of the laziness because he's a really good player. Especially, he is, but so is Devontae Smith coming in. He was probably about 175.
Slim Reaper.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I mean,
Voch,
David Worthy is a great route runner.
Here's why I think you can't really like lean into that with this particular team because Pat Mahomes and Andy Reid will get him open scheme alone. And that's not even taking into account his speed and his ability to run routes. And he's tough for that size. But the problem is, can he hold up? That's the real problem.
So to Foots' point, yes, Foots, I do think that he does some wide receiver things really well. He's a better route runner than some of these other just fast guys. I don't think that he's a John Ross type character. I think he's more than just run past you guys. Plus, he even does things like catch the football away from his body. I think he got really good hands, and plus, just he can be a guy that just simply dictates coverage. To pick his hand, he can be. I'm actually setting up my phone. So, he can be a guy that dictates coverage with how he moves and how he runs or whatnot. So, hey man, I like the player. I was just mentioning he's 160 pounds because he is. But the pick is in for Cowboys, man.
The pick is in for Dallas.
Pick is in for the Cowboys.
Who we thinking, man? Who we thinking here?
Oh, I see some hugs around.
That was Xavier Worthy.
I was about to say.
That's Xavier Worthy.
What makes sense is Tyler Guyton at this point, right? As your offensive lineman, you draft him, you put him on the left side, and I don't think he can play for you year one, and maybe that's why Chuma Edoga is there. Oh
goodness, man! If Chuma Edoga beats out, I feel like the Guyton's going to. If it is Guyton, by the way, because I know the chat probably already got the pick. He's going to have to grow up really fast, and like you said, you said it perfectly. The ability to do it is there because you've seen it. You don't see it consistently. And a coach speak, and you can speak on his foot. If I see you do it once, I know you can do it again.
That's if it is Guyton, which the pick is in. If it is Guyton, feels a lot better with having that extra pick.
Guyton at 73 feels good. Guyton at 73 feels good.
It's not the pick, and that's going to be my main. That's what I'm going to be pushing. Guyton with the extra pick, with the top 100 pick is a masterclass, and that to me.
Yeah, Guyton at 24 without the pick would have been
tough
to
and I think that's how we frame it, Sky. And you know what? You guys may be right. He may not be ready year one, but if it hits, it hits.
I don't think it's Frazier, but what if it's Frazier though?
Oh, I would love it. You need a fire hydrant center, but let's see, man.
I think they really wanted to improve center. This may not be offensive line. Let's just be ready for Jazon Newton. Let's be ready for the linebacker Adrian Cooper. Let's just be Cooper DeJean, maybe. Let's just see.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The 29th pick in the 2024 draft. The Dallas Cowboys select offensive tackle Tyler Guyton out of Oklahoma.
Offensive tackle.
There you go.
Tyler.
Hey, best feet in the draft, best athlete in the draft.
best tackle in the draft.
He's tackle number. Hey, look, he was number one on our board the whole time.
He was number one. He might not have been number one in our board, but he was number one in our heart.
In our hearts, sir. There we go. Hey, but great athleticism, great mover, size, length, and all that. But I don't even want to say nothing bad about him until I start saying bad stuff about him. Developmental tackle, was an H-back, super athletic. He could play left and right side. So let me say this. I do think he got better the more that he played. If you look at his 2022 film and then you look at his 2023 film and then you look at what he did in the Senior Bowl, he had made stride, and there's some Senior Bowl footage right there of him getting his hands on the back of somebody, on the back of Braswell, some of these other characters. But he's very raw. He's very rough around the edges. He's going to miss with his hands. He may get somebody killed sometimes, but what we talked about, Sky, is, Dak Prescott's able to handle pressure on the edges. He's able to step up and move around, which is, in my mind, I thought center was going to be the pick, keep him safe up front, possibly. But, hey, we got Guyton. He's a developmental guy that's going to come in, and it's going to be a real-life and look, I'm not saying it's whatever. It's going to be a real-life competition between him, Austin Richards, and Chuma Dogan. That sounds scary to a lot of y'all, and it should be. It should be. I think he's real. It's a real chance he could be beat by Chuma Doga. I think he could be beat by Austin Richards. It just is what it is. I think he's not ready to play football for you right now. He's not the most physical player in the world. He's not the nastiest in the world. He misses with his hands, but he's really athletic. And if you can coach him, you can coach him.
So what if politics comes into play here, though? Because I don't. Do we look at Chuma in the same way we look at Connor McGovern? Because remember, Connor McGovern was that guy for Tyler Smith, right? Tyler Smith came in, and I never believed that he was going to beat out Connor or Tyler Smith was going to be sitting behind him. But people were like, oh. Now I thought he was going to play. But he got hurt, and it looked like Connor McGovern could have been a thing. Then Tyron Smith got hurt, and they put him out there, so it never came to fruition. Do you think Jerry Jones is going to say, I took this offensive tackle, I traded down away from Barton and them boys, and I took this offensive tackle, and I'm not going to start him?
I think being a first-round pick, they're going to give him every chance.
So you're saying he's going to be so bad?
I think the more camp goes on, it's just gonna be what it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Like they had big dreams for Tolbert year one, right? But Tolbert just wasn't ready year one. And at some point you just had to go with the dude that makes more sense. Tyler Guyton's a guy that you're gonna have to develop. And if we're in win now mode, Tyler Guyton is not a win now player. But hey, maybe he can go on the Tyler Smith program where he learned all of his deficiencies in 5 weeks. But
I was gonna ask you, because that gets thrown around a lot. Can you explain the difference between the two coming in? Because every pick the Cowboys make every year, somebody doesn't like it, and then somebody says, oh, they worked out, look, you were stupid or something. Mm-hmm. But I do think there is a difference in Tyler Smith on film and Tyler Guyton on film, even though some of the feelings may be the same with the pick from Cowboys Nation. But I think there's a difference on film.
When we saw Tyler Smith, we knew he was most likely going to be better at guard. We saw his violence. We saw him being able to win in the phone booth. He was also rough around the edges. He has some of the same impediments that Guyton has, but the difference is you saw Tyler whooping people. We have film evidence. Me and Foots watched some plays together.
And projection of him going inside too.
Yes, projecting him outside. He was whooping people with his terrible technique. We saw physicality, and we said, hey, it may be rough at tackle, but that's a Pro Bowl guard right now. We at least said that about Tyler Smith.
We did.
I don't see a player in Tyler Guyton right this second. I don't see a player in Tyler Guyton that's showing up and whooping anybody.
So
can I?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
And you know I get to be captain positive, Sky. I'll say this. Dallas has at least they should be given the benefit of doubt to develop this guy for what they've done with offensive linemen. No matter what.
That's why I have this graphic up.
Oh, okay. And then I just want to add this real quick, fellas. It's not the pick isn't Tyler Guyton. The pick is Tyler Guyton at 73. So it's not.
They ain't the Bigfoots. That's not the pick.
Hold on.
73 not gonna help Tyler Guyton out there. I'm sorry. You're right.
All right, I'm done.
I'm sorry.
Give me call me out. No. Because I get cut off.
No, I mean,
I
made a great point. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But I gotta make sure it all hits. But what I'm saying is, bro, trading back and drafting him, it makes sense. Trading back and now you got that extra pick. It makes sense. Nobody's gonna tell me otherwise. But
Nate Wiggins went to Baltimore, by the way.
I know we had our preconceived notions on how we felt about Tyler Guyton. That's fine. And the film that we've watched, you're right, Voch. I have not argued with anything you said film wise. But getting that extra pick, it helps to me. And trading back, it helps to me. If you picked him at 24 and you don't have another pick, another top 100 pick, cool. That's
silver lining. I mean that's
me.
I mean, you got, if you look at silver linings and certain things, that is a silver lining. You got pick 73 to still. I mean that's a need anyway. You needed a tackle, so now you got to tackle Tyler Smith stays at left guard, and maybe Tyler can help him out in that sense too.
I was gonna say that.
Just from a physical standpoint, I don't know if he's ready from a mental standpoint. That was tiring for Tyler, but physically, we're talking about ass whoop. When they get to those duo blocks, Tyler's going to make him look better just because he going to move dudes. So maybe Tyler could say, hey, instead of you, Voch, you can speak on this better than I can. Instead of wait, 1, 2, 3, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, then you go, hey, just pat and go. I got this guy. Get to the second level, get your hips around and open up this lane because I'm good here, as opposed to maybe if it was, I don't know, TJ Bass or something.
I just think to me,
man, that don't mean that, man. Tyler Guyton finna push nobody around. I'm sorry for
that's literally what I said though. Like Tyler Smith is doing the pushing. You get to the second level with your athleticism so that you can get in position because you haven't shown that you have ass whoop to push around yet.
Yeah, in that case,
how old is Tyler Guyton?
Like 20, 21. 20, 21.
He has the ability to grow. He has the ability to grow.
Absolutely. Find out.
Yeah, he has the ability to grow. And I'm sorry, y'all. I wanted picks. He has the ability to grow. I wanted picks. So if you tell me that they hit offensive line, now I want to know what we're doing at center, and is that TJ Bass possibly kicking inside? Because now we got our answer that Tyler Smith is staying at guard. Cool.
Oh yeah, you got your answer. Because see, that's the other difference between Tyler Smith being taken in 2022. There is no projection for Guyton sliding in that guard. He is playing left tackle. It's just a matter of when he'll be playing left tackle.
Foots, I feel what you're saying, sir, but just ask me this. What's better for you? Tyler Guyton in 73 or Lamb McConkey in 73? Or I'm just saying like names. Okay, how about Tyler Guyton in 73 or Johnny Newton in 73? That's my point.
I can't do this because Tyler is a Cowboy now. So
73 don't make Tyler Guyton better.
To me, it does.
73 makes this haul better.
It makes me feel better. It did haul. It start using Jaguars. It makes me feel a lot better.
But when we lining up against like dudes this year, whoever we pick at 73 ain't finna line up next to unless you pick a tight end at 73. 73 help Tyler Guyton.
Hey yo, hey Foots. I just saw your tweet, dog.
What I saying?
You know he do, Sky. You know he got a positive Tyler Guyton.
No. Foots been holding back. I didn't know he went this crazy on Guyton. Foots, do you want me to just shut up? Because you know
that was my. Hey, I said, hey, you see, I cleaned it up though, Sky. I cleaned it up. Hey,
let me see that. I didn't read that part. Let me see that.
I cleaned it up.
Okay.
Tyler Guyton is Tyron Smith is crazy. That's crazy.
Hey, but you cleaned it up. I've said crazy. I cleaned it up.
You cleaned it up because that's crazy.
He's like, all right, my bad. He ain't Tyron Smith right now. Oh, Foots, come on.
I just wanted to see what the consensus on Twitter was, and I scrolling down. I said this in January. I said, "What Foots say?" Because Foots done talked about all 100 of these months. January 25th, Tyler Guyton equals Tyron Smith. I said, "Now Foots."
Hey, Scott,
but he cleaned it up. Can I tell him what you said?
Yeah, tell
You
him
said, I don't think he'll be Tyron Smith game 1, but the athleticism is too good to say he can't get better.
That's it. That's all, Scott. And hold on, Scott. Let me invite Voch box and then jump in.
Gotcha.
Voch, you real live just said he has the best feet in the draft. You an old lineman. You can't clean feet up, bruh. Like you. I mean, no, let me not say this. If you got bad feet, you got bad feet. The other things you can clean up. Am I right? Or if I'm wrong, let me know.
Connor Williams been trying to get big and strong for 5 years. He been trying to get physical.
I don't think he's gonna have that problem. Guyton's frame. I do not think that's not fair, Voch.
Guyton, I think that's fair. Tyler Guyton's not physical at all.
No, it's not the physicalness. I'm talking about his frame to get stronger.
Foots. He can move really well, but there's a lot of pieces to offensive line.
Can I
first go ahead, Scott?
So is it, and this is for both of y'all, is it not the, I'm not worried about the frame. I'm more worried about the mind, like the mindset. Does he have the mindset to be ass whoop guy?
Sky, that is where because
he's 6'8", 322. I mean, good the hell, yeah, he got the frame, but it wasn't about his size. It was about the how he was doing. I'm like, bro, you don't even look like you want to put somebody on their ass. But I go watch Taliese Fuaga, and he is dumping dudes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like he's begging for the ball to snap so he can smoke it. You know what I'm saying?
I'll say this, fellas. That's what we not privy to. And you talk to your O-line guy Voch. What's his name? Duke Manyweather. So many names.
What he say about it, by the way?
Yeah. What did he say about him, Voch?
I ain't even want to waste his time talking about Tyler Guyton because I ain't want him to change my mind.
Let me ask you this: if he pans out, Voch, will you come on a public forum?
Oh, you know Voch will do it.
Yeah.
I want to hear him say it in front of everybody.
But first, what am I saying that's wrong though?
Bro, it's just like he a Cowboy now, bro.
Okay, just because I'm not like super smiley, like what am I saying wrong? Like he's not very physical on film. He doesn't have great hands. He's not looking to finish. He's not finishing. He's not driving people off the football. He's the best.
I coach, you coach, every old lineman not gonna be that. But if they can mirror, can he mirror good enough to you?
Mirroring in the run game don't mean nothing, Fuss.
I'm with you in the run game, but all right, you're right.
He can develop though. Right, he has room. So look, Fuss, right. I don't think he's a bad player. I think Patrick Paul is a bad player. Okay. I don't think Tyler Guyton is that. I think Tyler Guyton got a lot of room to improve. I think there were better players that can help you. We ain't doing no free agency. We not a free agency, Fuss. I think we were looking for dudes that we have to slam dunk this thing. We was talking about draft, and we were saying, hey man, we got to walk out the draft with 3 starters because we ain't do nothing in free agency. That because we're so incompetent as a free agent team, right? Tyler Guyton is a good player one day, and if he was my 56th pick, I'd feel a little bit better. Man, that dude ain't gonna be ready today, man. So in my mind, it's looking like him. If I'm drafting offensive tackle in the first round, there shouldn't be an Austin Richards Chuma Adoga conversation. I think it's an Austin Richards Chuma Adoga conversation. I think that's fair.
Okay.
Sky?
So this is from Duke Manyweather.
What'd he say?
Cowboys don't miss on O-line in the first round.
Foots.
And I'm hoping like hell that this ain't the start.
This is who you interviewed. Which way are you gonna take it, Sky? You see how he's switching up on me now? I'm just telling you what Duke. You interviewed Duke, and you said that Duke is the genius of O lineman. If he felt this bad, he would come out and say, and this is part of me and your fight. He would come out and say, I don't feel a way. I don't feel good about this. Duke Manyweather said they don't miss on O lineman. I asked you, did you ask about him? I'm just asking. I'm doing the homework, Voch. I'm asking you.
Voch says this. It's hard to miss on Tyron Smith when you see him whooping people at USC. It's hard to miss on Zach Martin when he's going one-on-one with Aaron Donald at the Senior Bowl. Like, it's hard to miss on those guys. Cowboys haven't missed. It's like, and we see evidence of those guys whooping ass in their college film, even Tyler Smith. Yeah, it's hard to miss with those guys. And look, man, Tyler Guyton, look, this could be another example of Voch hating the pick and they coming out and smoking. I would love for Tyler Guyton to come out and be great. That'll make my day if he came out and be great. It's just I'm gonna need the film.
I'll say this, bro, and this is no funny, right? If this gets me Junior Colson, if this gets Sky Marshawn Lloyd.
You know I don't like Junior.
Okay, this gets you Edgerrin Cooper.
Don't
this
say
gets you Edgerrin. If this gets you Edgerrin Cooper,
I see where you're going, Foots.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, Scott.
So
like
saying, let me set it up for you. You saying
set it up.
If in round 2, 3, and 3 we smoke it, does Tyler Guyton sit better with you?
Does it sit better with you, Voch?
If he turns into Jason Peters, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
but
that's that too. It don't matter. So if he turns into the All Pro and the rest don't, you like whatever. But if you get 3 starters in this back half here today too, I do think it settles a little better.
Yeah.
It should at least. But
give me Zach Frazier, not chill out.
I don't think Foots though. There's nothing.
I told you.
Well, there you go. I don't think there's nothing wrong with wanting to see him out there to feel better about the player, because the tape is the tape, bro. Mm-hmm. And I agree. Look, I put the graphic up there because I've been prepping this for a long time. I said Guyton was probably the last player where I'd be like, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. There was a couple other players I'm like, I don't know, we gotta wait and see. But this is really what you're leaning on.
You've been fair, Sky.
You're not leaning on, and look, I don't take it how you want. You're not leaning on the tape of Guyton. You're leaning on the reputation of the Cowboys in the first round at offensive line. One thing is tangible, the tape. The other thing is, yeah, you batting 1,000, but at some point, maybe you will swing and miss. So if it was just the tape, I think you feel better. If you're saying if this is what you're hoping for, that is a little bit dicey.
Yep.
And Sky, if he flames, I got to come on your show when we doing draft talk next year. I got to come and say I was completely wrong.
And get rid of them tweets too. Get rid of them Tyron Smith tweets too. You gonna have to do all that.
I delete them. You clean it up for me. I delete them.
I would feel better if we didn't have Solari. I would feel better if we knew what the direction of the offensive line and the run game was moving forward. I'd feel better if I had more confidence in the offensive staff for the long term. It's very possible Tyler Guyton will get in here year one. He's going to play. He's going to go through his ups and downs, and then the next year he has a totally different coordinator, right? Totally
what does a good season look like for you?
For Guyton?
Yeah.
Tyler Smith's rookie year, and Tyler Smith's rookie year left tackle was decent, not great.
Superb. Yeah. Okay.
So, like, if it's a whole bunch of, hey, we're going to have to get rid of the ball quick, and, you know, Dak is going to be – Dak and if Schoonmaker is your 6th offensive lineman, and Dak is on his P's and Q's getting rid of the ball quickly, you can live with Tyler Guyton at left tackle because Dak is special, and I think you can do things to mitigate left tackle. Like we talk about a quarterback that had to deal with both cams, Ty and Seki, guys like Chuma Adoga at left tackle. So I do think Dak can live with Tyler Guyton at left tackle. It's just that I just had some dudes in mind, man, and moving away from Graham Barton hurts a little bit because I got confidence that Graham was going to be good day one. But Graham is not a Cowboy. Tyler Guyton is. So welcome my guy. He look, and if he need to watch this video to get motivated,
Ricky Parasol went into the first round.
Go get him.
Hey, Niners, Sky. Interesting. Maybe there is something to that.
Ayuk. Yeah, Ayuk.
Fellas, I gotta say this though, and we're really gonna shine tomorrow, and we get to shine tomorrow. Only because, Scott, I guess that's where my excitement. This has been such a great. First of all, I want to do this on a public forum. Sky, shout out to you, bro.
Ooh, Xavier Leggett went to the Panthers. But my bad.
They've been locked in with that. Honestly,
he was.
Hey, haven't ever said that.
He was my sneaky guy to get in the first round, and he went too.
He went, and you know what's crazy, Voch? 2 South Carolina receivers back to back because they went Mingo last year.
Sure did.
So,
oh shit.
They keeping it at home.
We got the nuggets for you, Sky. I'll say this. I want to say this on a public forum. I love Sky like a bro because y'all not gonna get this nowhere else, bro.
I appreciate
and Voch has done his. I gotta say this on a public forum. We fuss, we fight. We don't agree on picks. We don't agree on ideas. But you not getting this, dog. It's 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
Is it?
We started at 7:30.
It's loud for us.
My time, Sky. We started at 6:30. So what's that? My math is all jacked up, and I'm about to do more work as soon as I get off of here.
We'll be up.
I love the draft, but the fact that Sky has given us a platform to do what we do and set it like everybody not gonna quarterback like this, bro. So I know we got another day of this, but bro, I just want to say thank you, Sky, because like putting our graphics of that hard work like that. I'm gonna go back and watch this. Like, damn, he had this on there.
Yeah, he was going crazy for it.
I was trying,
love
man.
you, bro. I want to say love both of y'all, man. Like,
love both of y'all too, nuts, like brothers, man. Y'all already know that off air, but we want to say this publicly as well. This was fantastic, man. And y'all both came to me, and Voch said it too. He said, I'm bringing my A game. And I was just sitting back here in awe in the way y'all was breaking this thing down. And when we go back and watch this is going to be one of those ones where you put that in your resume. You know, when they come knocking at the doors for us to do stuff, hey, let me show you this. You know?
Yeah.
I'll say this. It all feels better with pick 73, y'all. I think when we
you ain't gonna put 73 next to him.
Sky, can I Sky? Hey, Sky.
He trying to soften you up, Voch.
Sky, I'm trying to get you on my side.
Sky, he just think
you on my side still, please.
Sky, he think that Jalen Wright finna go out there and line up next to him.
Foots ain't mean none of that shit. Foots just set us up to be like, you see how he did? He said, I just got one more thing, man.
Peyton Wilson gonna line up next time.
hey, Voch. You can take it now, and you can take him now and not feel a certain way.
Peyton Wilson, I'll take Peyton Wilson regardless. I don't care about this. Take Peyton Wilson regardless,
man. Oh man.
But fantastic show. Incredible show. I wanted to bring my A game. You know, Foot's already one of my favorite guys to work with in this whole thing. There's a lot of people we could be working with, Sky, and I trust Foots. I want to work with Foots. I want to keep it in home talent. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a bunch of new media friends that I could have been doing this with, but boy, Foots is the one seed. Foots got the bye week with me, and as far as Will Steele go, man, hey, bro, man, you had this thing looking spiffy. So for all 5,000 people that came by to see us, the one thing that they can't say is, boy, that stream look raggedy. They'll never say that about this stream for Will Steele. So man, salute to you. We couldn't have done this without each other. You know what I'm saying? Like 100%. I stepped my game up because Foots was going crazy. Foots brought his art. He wanted to fight because I was going. We had to make sure that we brought the information because we know this thing was going to look good. If this was just me and Foots in two boxes, it wouldn't have been as good, man. But the way it was and look, Will Steele, man, you already know what time it is, dog. We just in two boxes talking. We do that on a regular day, but 5,000 people came through to see us.
Crazy.
The damn stream died and they all came back.
Wow.
Stream
how
died
many people?
They came back more. We almost tipped 5,000.
Yeah. So I'm gonna download this Tyler Guyton film. I'm gonna watch it tonight in patreon.com/vochlombardi. Y'all can go ahead and come through if you want the full watch. I'll be watching it tonight. Like I'll be up late doing this. I'm gonna put a film.
I'm about to get some work in.
Before we get out of here, we got some supers.
Oh yeah.
Let's roll these super. This is one of the ones I don't want to forget, the supers. So y'all want to pull up your supers, Voch? I got a couple over here.
I got it right now. Scott, cut our music on, the new music we like. Cut that on while we read the supers. Cut that on. Yeah, while we
Shouts out to the Bomb Squad. Shouts out to all 4,000 of y'all still rocking it here, man. This is awesome.
How about this?
You go ahead. Okay, I got two over here, man. Dro dropped two and said, y'all dressed like the episode of Martin when we walk into the to the courtroom. Twan, shouts out to my bro Twan. He said, my bro Sky, you already know. Appreciate you, man. All right, go ahead.
All right, here we go. And supers. Boy, we got plenty of them, man. Let's see. We got B Drop 5. It says we need to pick up 4 starters. We need a flawless victory and some grown-ass men. Go Cowboys. Appreciate you, B. Nick dropped the deuce and says Fish is stressing 2 trade backs with Buffalo and Washington.
That was earlier, yeah.
Oh, shouts out to Fish and them. Earl dropped the deuce and says, do we trade for a 4th round pick? We traded for a 3rd player. Appreciate you. Cornelius Edwards hold us down all the time. Drop 5. It says, I love the fresh and clean look, fellas. Gangsters in black. We move in silence, sir. Lasagna. Airborne Gamer TV dropped a 50 bomb per shade, sir. He dropped 50 and says, it's me, Airborne Bully. We know who you are. You the only airborne person that be in the chat. It's me, Airborne Bully. Salute to 3 out of 5 of the round table. Go Cowboys. Appreciate you, sir. Thanks for tuning in. DJ's World dropped a dime and says, so if the trade back doesn't happen today, is there a day 2 trade that we can make the one and only scenario happen? The mock draft that we did, we traded back in the 1st round and we traded back again to get some more. I think it can happen.
Real quick before everybody start dumping about it here, yo, tomorrow come back, man.
Come back tomorrow.
Tomorrow is really, like you said, Foots, man. Tomorrow is going to be I think for me, that's where it really, really starts because you got 3 picks, and you might be able to finesse that to more. And this is just as important as the first round.
Josh Ford dropped the 5 and says Dallas still about to draft Tyler Guyton and Voch really going to jail. Hey man, you never take me alive. Appreciate you. Jalen Williams dropped the deuce and says if you do BPA/need, that's how you end up with Mozzie. If you take need over BPA, hey man, we feel you, but we got Tyler Guyton, man, the best offensive lineman. He was number 1 on our board the whole time. Scott Obie dropped the deuce and says, please, Cowboys, not Guyton. Look, we love Guyton. Chill out. Cornelius Edwards dropped another 5 and says, $5 challenge, y'all. Hey, let's show these guys some appreciation for some awesome draft. Cornelius Edwards say, if you love us, drop 5 in the super chat. We appreciate you, sir. JR the mailman dropped 5 and says any favorites at 24 now that the board is falling like this. You heard us talk about it. Want to know each one of y'all's opinion. We gave plenty. Big Kahuna spoke prematurely and says great on Barton. Shit, he trash now. He with old boy in them, so he the ops. So he trash. Nick dropped the deuce and says get those likes up, show some appreciation. Thank you very much, sir. Solid Duck, appreciate you, sir. Dropped the deuce and he says here's $2 to stop sitting pretty. To stop sitting pretty in the draft. Let's make some moves, get some more picks. I'm assuming. Appreciate you, Duck. Just a dude dropped 5 and says Nick Harris tweeted Dallas Cowboys are on the phone to get the 25. Yeah. So we're doing some catching up here. Chris Van Brackle dropped a dime and says Voch and Steele. I thought we liked JPJ. Look for the 3rd round.
Now, we like JPJ for sure.
If we can get JPJ in the 3rd round, we can talk though.
If we can get JPJ, taking tomorrow. Okay, how weird he is. Take him
up 56 and we can party. Caller Steve dropped a deuce and says our draft is officially ruined. Barton is that dude. I don't think it's ruined. We just needed more.
You picked up that extra pick is going to help you with your overall draft. If you took Guyton and you had no other pick, boy, you was in a world of trouble. Those next 2 picks.
Terrence Bosley dropped 5 says the only thing that'll mess this up is if we take Guyton or Kingsley Suamataia. Yeah, man. Yeah, taking Kingsley would have been trash right there, bro. But yeah, good thing we got Guyton. We
gotta have conversation. Pre-show, I want to talk about this potential double dip. It's gonna be on my mind.
Double dip is there though, Sky. There's a lot of Van Pran, Frazier, all those guys are there. Q Taylor dropped a deuce and says, "Can Duke fix him? Send his ass to Duke. He need to be in Frisco tomorrow
immediately." Yeah, I mean he Oklahoma. He a couple hours away. Come on down.
Right. Christian Vega dropped a deuce and says the next Jason Peters. That's definitely a name that I brought up there. So shouts out to you for saying that. Blue Star Gang dropped 50. Appreciate you, sir. Chauncey and Junior going to be beating Tyler ass like a drum at training camp. That's what he needs.
Something I was going to say about that. Yeah, I think the defensive players can definitely help him at camp, but I wonder if being in the room with Zach Martin, if he don't show some form of physicality, Zach will be on his ass. You know what I
mean? Zach will beat his ass. Zach ain't play. Zach ain't play. Okay, cool. Airborne Gamer dropped another 5 and says all good with our pick. Round 2, we start the real work. Day 2 for sure. Appreciate you, sir. Caller Steve dropped a deuce and says Guyton/Jones is getting the injury discount for Dak. The Joneses are getting Dak on a deal. Guyton is gonna get Dak hurt, and we're gonna get Dak for a discount. Chill out, man.
I was being real funny with that situation, but I do think if we're talking about where is he better at right now, it's in the pass sets, it's in the pass blocking department, and you just hope that he can get a little bit more consistent with his hands, so you don't get Dak killed.
It ain't gonna be pretty, but he can at least get in position.
Get there. Yeah.
Hey, how about this real quick? Oh, no, go ahead, Voch.
Real fast. Spiral Mind dropped a dime and says, "Foots, you better be as loud when we hear holding 60 on a weekly basis."
That was Tyler Smith. He had a whole bunch of penalties.
Yeah, that's funny. B dropped 5 and says, "Eagle fans already tagging me with Voch saying he don't know how to play football." Clipped up. Hey, you don't know how to play football just yet, but hey. Development. Chris Ortiz dropped a 5. We got 3 more guys. Chris Ortiz dropped 5 and says trade 3rd and 6th to get JPJ and Trey Benson. Like trading up back into the 2nd round. JQ dropped a deuce and says, what up, y'all? Love our trade and pick. Hey, appreciate you, dog. And DeAndre Robinson dropped 5 says, great show, fellas. Appreciate all the info. Quick question. Who would each of you have taken instead of Guyton? Hey, man, I wouldn't have taken nobody but Guyton. Guyton was the guy right there. I love him to pieces. Appreciate everybody that contributed on the super chat side. And just thank y'all for just being here. And look, and if y'all ain't got the super chat or whatever, y'all don't have the super chat, we love you to pieces. Just hit the like, man. Hit the like on both platforms for me and Will Steele, and we'll be good to go.
Well, we lost Foots there. But is Foots frozen? Yeah, Foots must have been frozen there.
He was.
But
asleep.
hey, man, let me see if I can do something here, Voch. We about to be out anyway to keep it a bean.
Yep. And we are going to watch. Look, soon as this over with, I'm going into the Patreon to watch a little bit of Tyler Guyton. So come on over there with me. We're gonna
100%. So make sure you go check him out, man. With that said, this was our very first NFL Draft 2024 Super Show with my guys Foots and Voch. As you can see, I'm a little bit exhausted, but that's cool. We'll be back tomorrow. I'll be on in the morning. Make sure y'all come through, and we'll open up the phone lines, listen to what you guys got to say for a little bit. Then we'll prep for day 2 and day 3 of the draft. Any parting shots there, Voch?
Hey, man, y'all hold it down and come see us tomorrow. Tomorrow's show is going to be lit anyway, but now tomorrow's going to be lit with Pick 73. So please tap in with us. We love y'all.
Indeed.